Hello, people of the internet. Sport for time. Huh. You'll see why that's relevant in a minute.
If only that was 2 days later.
Oh, yeah.
Then
We'll
you'd
see.
actually have one.
Perhaps. We shall see. But anyway, yes. Well, I am... My
Been a
intro's
while.
just gone. My intro's just gone. Done. Let's try that again. It's done. Let's try this again. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, people of the internet, welcome to the X-Pound. I am James Phoenix. And this is our review of Connecticon 2019. Which, for those of you keeping score at home, is Connecticon 17. As you can see by the Roman numeral in the title. It should be up there if you're watching this on YouTube now. So, we're here to discuss the con, which was this weekend that has just ended. We're going to talk about it. I was there. Also with me at the con was Risa Sonrisa.
Risa, Sonrisa.
Boom. Our good friend Anastasia Laserbeam was also there. She couldn't make the video, but shout out to her. Also, another friend went with us, but that's not important because he's not on the X-Pound, so. Also, as per usual with these videos, here to be regaled with tales of Connecticon is Geoff.
What's up?
He's not on video because he wanted the attention to remain on us, and that is fair.
Yeah, all you'll see is my little production logo.
Yep.
Also, we're back!
Yeah. So, just a quick run-through update before I jump into this. We're going to get the scoring caught up. I promise we are. I know we're like a month behind, and now 2 pay-per-views as of Extreme Rules earlier tonight. We will get this fixed. One way or another, we will fix this. We will let you know. It will be fixed. It will happen. We had till SummerSlam before the season ends. We've got a month to catch us up before the end of the season. It will happen.
We're also very nearly 3 months behind on StarKid.
Yeah, we'll do StarKid videos also. We have till the end of the year. As long as they're all done by the end of 2019, we're okay on that. So
that's true.
We'll catch that up. All right. So, per the usual structure of this, we will, or rather I will, basically just start at the beginning of the weekend and then work my way through, and Risa will make sure that I don't get the order of things screwed up.
I'll try.
All right, and we will kind of, as long as we talk, even if it's not quite 100% the right order, as long as we talk about all the important stuff, that's what matters. So, Connecticon, per usual, was at the Connecticut Convention Center in Hartford, Connecticut. It featured this awesome artwork this year. Check this out.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's worth noting, Connecticon has an annual art contest to determine what their art piece is going to be for the year that will be on their brochures, T-shirts, and other media. And this is the one that won this year. Traditionally, the art will always feature representations of the major guests at the convention. In this case, obviously, everybody being in Ranger suits is representative of the fact that there were 4 Power Rangers. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 5 Power Rangers.
The Pooh behind Jason?
Yes.
There were 5. What the fuck that was? I was like, wait, is that a Care Bear? No, that can't be a Care Bear.
Yeah, there were 5 Power Rangers plus Zordon. And then individual guests here. The red hatted scarf here represent Little Pete, Danny Tamborelli, because the brothers from Pete were there. Steven Universe and Connie Maheshwaran from Steven Universe were there. Jim Cummings, best known as voice actor for Winnie the Pooh, among many others. The voice of Professor Sycamore from the Pokemon franchise, which is who that is. And we still today have not figured out who this is a representation of. We do not know. But we'll figure that out eventually. But yes, that is the artwork for the year. Go to Connecticut.
Mention Jason.
What do you mean?
You were naming all the other characters. You forgot to mention Jason, the one in the middle.
That's not Jason. Notice the hat and scarf. That's the Pete and Pete representation.
Oh, isn't it both? Because it's technically in the Jason.
It's not. They're not actual. They're not actual Mighty Morphin suits. They're an original, which appears to have a Triforce on it for some reason.
Oh.
But yeah, so that was the artwork. So the fact that they're all in Ranger suits was representative of the Power Rangers being there.
That is fair.
So it's a good artwork. If you like this artwork, go over to Connecticon.com, click on store. You can buy yourself a T-shirt or other merch with this logo, with this art. So do check that out. Per usual, the art was also on the badges this year. You notice I wised up and I covered my name this year. You remember that fuck up last year. But yes, that is the artwork it's on there. As well, you can see I have, if you can kind of, just my finger positioning here. There we go. You can see this is an all weekend pass. Let's say the day, if it was a specific day, if it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, what have you, it's got the dates on it. And they helpfully put all the con information right on the back there, the dates that different things are open, hours of operation, directory, all that good stuff like that there. So very nice. And of course, I wear it on my Connecticon lanyard that I bought a couple of years ago. Very helpful. I recommend buying one of these. They're like $15 and really helpful, especially for things like, say, last year when they don't have fucking lanyards because nobody ordered them on time. So, if you're going to a con, buy a lanyard. It's worthwhile. But anyway, so we're going to go through the con events starting on Thursday and work on our way forward. We'll talk about the events. We'll comment on things. I will bitch about some things I didn't like. And we'll go from there. Sound good, everybody?
Yeah.
All right. So, per the usual, we will start off on Thursday. Big change this year from last year is we did not have our good friends Cameron and Melissa with us. Unfortunately, they could not make it to the con this year. Sad face. Why are you sticking their tongue out at them? It's rude. What the hell's wrong with you?
It's how I show them I care.
Okay, then.
By the way, am I the only one who thinks it's hilarious? I'm kind of looking at the guest list. Am I the only one who thinks it's hilarious that for their little guest blurb, everyone like submitted like just a paragraph? Dan Southworth submitted like a fucking essay.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the con. So per usual, we headed out midday Thursday. If you're going to this con, I recommend doing that because you're going to be much better off picking up your badge on Thursday and not fighting lines on Friday morning. I mean, it's not the worst of any con you've ever seen, but avoid aggravation. Go on Thursday if you're doing the all weekend deal. So we got there on Thursday. Our other friend Thompson was nice enough to handle the driving. He came with us this year, and so he drove us out. We headed out. We got there. We checked into the hotel. Went up to the room. Impressively enough, we had a single room with one bed, and it was actually plenty of space for 4 people. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. That worked out well. So that was pretty cool. So we sorted that out. We basically had one person in the bed itself. They set up a queen size air mattress, which the ladies shared, and then I had a sleeping bag. So not bad. Worked out pretty well. I liked it. Cozy but comfortable. What do you think, Risa?
I totally agree. Yeah, it worked out well for what it was.
No blushing.
That was my error, but it worked out.
Unfortunately, the room was booked at the time when Risa and I were the only 2 going, and we didn't know if we were going to have other people. And when this developed out, we never compensated for that, and nobody realized that we failed to compensate until we got there. Oops.
My bad.
Shit happens. But it worked out. So we got to the room, unpacked our stuff. We then went downstairs and picked up our badges. Got that done that way. Barely aligned. Got right in and right out. Very easily done. And we then split ourselves up. Stacy went back to the room because she was cosplaying she only did it on Saturday, but she was cosplaying as an Inkling from Splatoon and Splatoon 2, if you're a Nintendo Switch fan. Or Nintendo fan in general, I suppose. Smash 2. Anyway, so she had a very large paint roller prop, which, that reminds me, I want to hang on a minute. Fuck it, I'll just do this for now. Let's use this one. I have the pictures. I'll screen share and show off pictures. I have to connect my phone because all the pictures are on my phone. At least most of them are. All right, let's make the picture share. We can put these up on the screen. Open device to view files, please. I do not have any video this year. I know in the past I have sometimes videotaped panels. That did not happen this year. Okay, what can I get to the phone? What the hell? Why is this being dumb? Try this again. Yes. Okay, connected. There we go. Can I get access to the stuff on the phone? How about that? Oh, there we go. Yes, allow to access phone data. Thank you. There we go. Stupid permission. Sorry, folks. Live. Oh, I don't know. Nah. Pretty much. Whoa, whoa, what the hell? Where'd the thing go away? Damn it. Yes, oh wow. What the fuck is this shit? Let's see here. Pictures. Let's see, is this the right? That's Disney pictures. That's not what I want. Are these all older shots, I think? Yes, that's not what I want. So it's basically they're on the phone and not the card is my message I'm getting here. Let's go back and let's go to the card then. They're on the card. Let's see. DCIM. Camera. Give me the pictures. I don't know what the hell that was. Okay, these should be the newest ones at the bottom of this, theoretically. Load faster. I know there's many pictures on my phone. I should probably clear them out. Load faster, you bastard. Load. Far too many pictures. Load. I bid you load. Well, anyway, Stacey had a Splatoon character, and because she had the giant prop, she wanted to get the prop check out of the way, because they do require you to check props, so in anything that's large. Theoretically, it's only if it looks dangerous like a real weapon that they really want to check, but she got it checked anyway just to be on the safe side. Which is not a terrible idea if you are cosplaying. Get your prop checked just to be on the safe side. They do have a strict ban on live steal, so that was at least one thing we have to worry about. Maybe this will be easier. Oh, whoa. There's all the pictures. Photos. Let's move over the photos. Easy does it. Come on, photos. Load a little bit faster. Actually, I can see where these came from. And yeah, that should be the end of it right there. Is that good? No, I don't need those. I only need up to about here's good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and new folder. Connecticon 2019. Copy pictures to new folder. Oh shit. I made it. Oh, there we go. We copied some of them. What the hell? Sorry, folks. Live.
Ad hoc images.
Ad hoc?
As in, like, you're kind of doing it on the fly.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, good.
I'll get the rest of them moved over here in a second. But anyway, so after we got the prop check done, she went to do the prop check, and I gave Risa and Thompson a tour of the facilities, as I do with newbies, and as was done for me by the kids in years prior. So we got that out of the way, walked around, saw where everything was, checked things out, walked around the food truck festival a little bit. And eventually we found ourselves in the vicinity of the game room. And per a standing Connecticon tradition, for me at least, we played some games in the game room. In this case, however, rather than playing a game that they had, we played a game that one of us brought with us. In this case, Stacy. It was a game of Unstable Unicorns. What'd you think of that game, Risa?
It was really fun. It was really quick and easy to learn. Fast pace, which I also liked.
Yeah.
Whimsical.
Yeah, whimsical is a good descriptor. I like that. I put these. Okay, now put all of these over in Connecticon folder, please.
The one picture you were talking about, I put in the chat window. I don't know if that helps.
That is, as I said, I'm copying it over right now. We should be good to go in about it. Just a second here, and I will bring up the screen share to look at these pictures. There we go. Okay, let's go over to this folder here. Now that I don't have to operate them like off the phone, because otherwise it's just going to be dumb now that they're actually on the computer. Okay. Let's take a look. So, let's go to the screen share, shall we? Where's the screen share button? Here it is. What is this? No, that's a chat thing. I don't need that. All right. No, we're gonna share this. Share photos. Okay, so here's us. Here is us playing the game. Is that showing okay?
It's showing kind of small because it's still on your
Oh,
The
thing.
Explorer, you got to double click it and bring it up.
oh, hang on. Present to everyone.
Or do you have it? Do you
no,
have it set to only share that file Explorer?
Yeah, I hang on a minute. Let me.
Idiot.
Yeah, sorry. I realized I got it. All right, stop this. All right, hang on. We're screen share. Sorry. Do the entire screen. There. Whoa!
Yes. Whoa!
Infinite.
Jimception!
That was awesome.
Infinite Inception. Let's go over here to the picture. How's that?
There you go.
Okay. So here's us playing on. Unfortunately, Stacy's a little bit blurry because I didn't forewarn them I was taking this shot. So Stacy
Yep,
was
that's
mid
you
motion
on
when
the
she
right.
realized I was doing the shot, and that's our friend Thompson in the Green Lantern shirt over there.
I noticed, so I made a funny face.
Yeah, you made a great face. That's a great shot.
So did Jim.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
bad. So that's a good shot. And then let's see what else we got here. That's another shot. Let me. How do I go back to the album? Can I do that?
Close out the image.
Yeah, go over here. All right. So we got that. And then I don't have. Do I not have?
Take it from the chat and.
Yeah, good. That's a good. Yeah, you have it over there. Let me.
Whoa.
Chatception.
I don't have permission
For what?
to
Your
see the
Google
image.
Drive.
It's on your Google Drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why did I do that? I put it right from my computer to the chat box.
Well, it's saying I need permission to view the image on Google Drive. It's saying you linked it from Google Drive.
Okay, request permission, and I'll give it to you.
Or you could just send it to him over Skype.
I have requested access.
That is a really good point, Geoff. I just want to say.
Or do that. Yeah, that would also work.
Oh, wow. I
Permission
didn't know we
works
had
too.
our own Gmail. That's cool. All right, there you go.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. This is. I'm on the. You have to realize. Oh, Seption. Sorry. But yeah. No, I have. This is. Because remember, this is a Hangout. This runs off the account. That's why it says the XPound, because it's run through the XPound's Google account, which has a Gmail.
And the YouTube channel.
Yeah, the Gmail is still Wrestling XPound because that was the original name, and we were just focused on that as a topic before we expanded out.
Still works. It's still what we primarily do.
That's true. Anyway.
There.
There we go. Thank you. Is that on the screen?
Yeah.
Now you need to say something so we can see your screen while you.
All right. Now I can just do this. Can everybody see this?
That craziness, yeah.
Yeah, hang on. I'm going to go to the shot. Sorry. Where's the shot?
This is like so psychedelic, man.
I know. Where's the picture? I lost it. Oh, there it is. I got it to Skype. Here we go. Can you see that now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is Stacy in her Splatoon cosplay. Originally, the outfit was put together as a Futaba cosplay, but when she put it on online, everybody thought she was an Inkling, so she adapted it to be that for this con. So that's pretty cool. So there's her cosplay. I want to cosplay next year. We'll look into that. We'll work on it. All right, so moving on from that. Now let me check my notes here.
Dude, speaking of which,
yeah,
if we all end up going to Morphicon, we're gonna have to cosplay because you know damn well Simons will cosplay.
Probably.
Also,
all right.
just saying I can read your notes also because you haven't on-screen shared yet.
All right. Stop. Okay. So, anyway, so after we did all this, so we got the foot off. So meanwhile, Alex had to give everybody a tour. We had the game room. After that, we went over to have dinner at the Arch Street Tavern, which is actually a place I have not been to yet here in the downtown Hartford area. And they had pretty cool. It was a nice atmosphere. It was bar atmosphere. You know, it was a tavern, so wood fixtures, bar atmosphere, pretty popular. A lot of people around, and overall, it was a nice place. I had a burger and some fries. It was a well done burger. It's a good burger, good fries, a nice place. Took a while for them to get the food out. We wasn't waiting 40 minutes for food, but it was good food once it finally came out. What did you think, Stacey? That's Stacy. Risa. Sorry, wrong one.
I thought the food was really great. Yeah.
How are the drinks? I know you and Stacy tried the drinks.
Don't you mean Stacy and don't you mean me and Clarissa?
Very funny.
Yeah, no, they were great. They were really good.
What was that one you girls had?
Oh yeah, so we had Malibu Bay Breezes, which is like, the usual go-to chick drink at a bar.
Fair enough. I didn't know that. I thought the go-to chick drink at a bar was a daiquiri.
Really? I would think maybe a margarita or
That
like
too.
a, Long Island iced tea, but
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
all right.
But yeah, like I said, it was a nice place. The only downside was we did wait a long time for food, but she did bring out a bowl of chips for us to munch on in the intervening time frame. But I can't deny the entire time I'm sitting there, I'm just hearing John Taffer from Bar Rescue screaming in my head, "We have 45-minute ticket times. What are you doing back here?" That's a good show. Watch Bar Rescue on the Paramount Network if you get an opportunity. All right, moving along. Let's see. Let's see here. Notice my fucking notes. Here we go. Notes. All right. So after we ate and had some drinks, I didn't have any drinks because I don't drink, but the other three had drinks. We went back to the room, and Thompson and Stacey decided to go to the pool because they like to swim. So they went out, even though it's only weird thing about this hotel, the pool is on an upper floor, so it's only like 3 feet deep, which is weird. I don't know why
That's
that.
mainly why I avoided it.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that. Among other reasons.
Exactly. I was tired,
Exactly. You didn't feel like swimming.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of other con stuff going on, and you're already exhausted from getting up all day because you had to do all kinds of driving to go pick up Stacy, bring her back to your house so Thompson could pick you guys up. It was a whole ridiculous shenanigans. By the way, I just want
So
to take
you're
a minute.
saying it was par for the course?
Pretty much. Also, like to just take a minute in this video to shout out to the awesome Lion King shirt.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That is a cool shirt. All right. So we went back to the room afterward. They went for a swim, and so I had the joy of being able to. I brought my PS4, so we fired up WWE 2K19, and Risa was able to play the game and try herself out in the game.
Whoop, whoop.
Due to the unavailability of intergender matches, I played as our good friend Tiff, the Queen of Hearts.
And for those of you who follow the X Pound or have followed the X Pound, we have a tradition of A, getting the yearly wrestling video game, and B, making ourselves in said video game. And since Risa joined us this year, Jim was like, fuck it, and made her.
Indeed. Well, it wasn't like fuck it and made her, but yeah.
That's how I remember it.
Okay. Anyway, so we played the game. That was a lot of fun. What did you just briefly here? So, what did you think of the game and yourself in the game?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I was very pleased with all the power moves that I was doing. Like the move set definitely in line with, the class of wrestler, and it was a wide array of like skills, and I just really overall liked how everything turned out. And also Tiff, your character is awesome as well. Love her. And also the modifications. I got to see both versions up close. It was so cool. And then we played a tag team match, and we were tag team. So it was except they didn't give us our tag team entrance.
No, I have to look and figure out why Tiff and Risa didn't get a tag team entrance. I'll deal with that later. And also, we unfortunately lost to the Iconics, but
Well, I mean, it's like my freaking, first day playing this game for like, since the past like whatever,
yeah, well,
10, 15 years.
Well, yeah, I mean that's fine. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I was the one that got pinned, so
At least you lost to the champs.
that is true. Anyway, so So anyway, also it was an Extreme Rules match. I got put through a table.
Oof.
But anyway, so that was a lot of fun. So we did all that, and then our friends returned from the pool, and we shut everything down and called Thursday a day.
Yeah.
Which it was. So we open up on Friday with shenanigans. So we open up on Friday, and we got ourselves up nice and early because the con itself does not technically start until like 11, 12 o'clock. But they had some, they were doing some autograph lines earlier in the day, starting at like 10:15-ish. So at the suggestion of the girls, we said, all right, let's go get in the autograph line early. We'll get some autographs out of the way real quick, and then we'll go do some panels and stuff. We're like, all right, this sounds like a good plan. Let's do this. So, two problems. Let me go behind me. Number one, we said, all right, let's get some breakfast. We had some breakfast at the restaurant in the hotel, which, if anybody was wondering, by the way, is the Vivo Seasonal Trattoria. That is in that particular Hartford Marriott downtown. And we went in there and said, like, this breakfast. They took us over to a table. We went to sit down, and only at that point could the server be able to tell us, oh, by the way, we're not serving off the menu today. We're only serving the $18 buffet. Fuck you. So the $12 for the cold buffet, $18 for the hot buffet. I'm like, no, I explicitly don't want the buffet because I made that mistake in years past and was not told that it was $18 until after we had it, and neither I nor Melissa ate nearly enough food to justify that cost. Now, she's claimed it was only that day they were doing the buffet only. Didn't really care. We did not eat at Vivo once the weekend, so you lost our business, Vivo. Good job. What did you think of that, Risa?
I don't even get why they would not have the hot apps like at regular price on the Friday, because you think like the more busy days would be the Saturday and the Sunday. So
I know, it was weird. I don't know what the deal was with that, but that was really stupid. So we said, all right, well, you know what? Screw you. Because we had donuts in our hotel room because Thompson had brought some donuts at I don't know what bakery. Do you know what bakery?
Since they were apple cider donuts, my first guess might have been Soon's Orchard, but
Oh,
not
that's true.
totally sure. Maybe not.
Okay. Well, either way, there were some. Well, they weren't apple cider donuts. They were. Were they?
Yes, they were. Three
Oh,
different
okay.
kinds, though.
Yeah, some had cinnamon, some had sugar, and some had nothing. But they're very good donuts. But anyway, we had the donuts in the room because we brought them up with us the day before, and we said, well, screw this. Let's just go back up to the room and eat donuts. We'll each have a donut, and then we'll go to the panel. It's better than spending $18 on a buffet because there's not a lot of other breakfast options. There is a Starbucks at which Risa did get a coffee. But, it was either wait in line at Starbucks to get, like, pay, a lot for a muffin or eat the donuts we already had in the room for free. So, kind of a no-brainer there.
Yep.
And then Stacy managed to spill orange juice all over the mini fridge. So.
It happens.
I thought it was closed. No, it was not closed. It does happen. So anyway, after our donuts, we headed off to the autograph line. So I ran into the first issue, the fact that we could not get in the lower doors. The guy was like, "Oh, you got to get in line." It's like, well, we already have our badges. Well, you got is a line. So don't need to get in for anything. And somebody else was like, "Go around to the upper door," which we should have done in the first place. I should know better. That's my fault. But we went around to the upper door, headed inside, and went to get in the autograph line. We started off in the autograph line, in the line for Zach Callison, best known as the voice of Steven Universe. We went to his line first. Connecticon has done Steven Universe guests the last couple of years. It's kind of become a tradition. 2 years ago, they had the voice actors for Amethyst and Peridot. And last year, they had the voice actor for Pearl, whom I got an autograph from last year when she was there. And so this year, we got Stephen and Connie. In addition to Zach Callison, Grace Rolek, the voice of Connie Maheshwaran on that show, was also there. So we were able to get their autographs. That was pretty awesome. I have it over in this general vicinity. Autograph. So I'm going to kind of see if I can do this. Gonna keep my name covered in both locations, but you can see there is the autograph. Ta-da! It says Jam Buds down there from Zach, and you can see up here it says I want to be part of your universe from Grace Rolex. That's pretty awesome. These are the characters.
Nice.
Good stuff. However, the second aspect of shenanigans is that they were both about 45 minutes late. So we ended up standing in line for a very, very long time waiting for them. Because we were already there for a part of the time before they were scheduled to be there, and then they were late. So we were stood there waiting for a long time and missed several of the earlier panels, including a panel I had to make cool old paper stuff to look like Harry Potter stuff because we were waiting in line for these autographs.
Yeah, that sucked. I really wanted to see that.
It did suck.
Well, I was about to say, I hope the autographs were worth it.
Yeah, I mean they were very nice, and we got pictures with them as well. Let me fire up the pictures.
I would say totally.
Yeah, let me grab the screenshots here. Where the hell is it? Boom. Share. Photos.
Whoa.
No, that's an internet. I don't want to open that.
Chatception.
Chatceptions. Let's see. Yeah, that's a blurry shot. I think that was better.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So that's us with Zach Callison, the voice of Steven Universe.
Awesome, dude. Oh my goodness, I can't even tell you.
We found out in addition to being Steven Universe is the voice of what character from Sophia the First?
James. Prince James, he was the first voice actor for James in season 1 and probably 2.
Nice. That's good stuff. You can see Risa
He
has
let
an
me
autograph.
pet his dog, by the way.
He did. He has an adorable little dog that was at the con with him.
Little
was
black
so
dog.
cute.
He let
I
me
didn't get I didn't get to pet the dog.
I know, but I was like, "Oh, your dog's so cute." He's like, "Oh yeah, you could totally pet her." I was like, "Oh." And he was like, "Oh, he told me because Jim pushed me because I was so nervous." And so he was like, "Thank you for being the first one." I was like, "Ah!"
Yeah, because we were there so early waiting, we were the first ones in line to see him, so that was pretty cool.
Advantage female.
Yes, and then we fired after that. By the way, I'd like to take a moment here to point out Risa's awesome Sailor Moon shirt, by the way, which she and Stacy both had one. They were twinsies on the Friday.
You're welcome.
I would also say, Jim, next time you send a photo to someone, ID the people in the photo.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Because I kind of had to tell Simon who Risa was because Simon's never seen her.
Okay, what do you
or
mean
may have not remembered me from the anniversary show if he was there.
He was not. He was the one that didn't get there. I was trying to get him in the whole time, and it was Google was being stupid.
No, you sent him the photo of you two with ASJ, like you sent me.
Oops.
Yeah.
But you didn't tell him who Risa was, and he forgot to ask you. So when I was talking to him, he was like, "Oh yeah, I wanted to ask him who the hell the girl was, but I never got a chance to." I said, "That's Risa," and he goes, "Oh, okay, cool."
Well, I apologize for that. I fucked up. And then like yeah. So we went right over to the booth next door. We got Grace Rolek, the voice of Connie Maheshwaran, on the show. She was also very nice.
Yeah, she was very nice.
That's some good shots with her.
And she's super funny.
I'm blinking in that shot, but
it happens.
Oh, are you sure you weren't just thinking pensively like, I'm here with her?
No. All right. We'll get to that one in a minute. All right.
Whoa.
Oh, you're in the dark.
Oh, you just noticed?
Yeah, well, I had to think of on my screen.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, so after we got the autographs on Friday, we got those 2 autographs, and then we were like, okay, what are we going to do next year? We were trying to kind of sort things out. So I got a chance to write all my notes down beyond Thursday yet. Let's see, what else? What do we do after that, Risa?
After autographs?
After we got Steven and Connie.
Hold on 1 second. We
we went right over and got Jim Cummings. Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was another one.
Yeah. So we then went next door and we went to see the legendary voice actor himself, Mr. Jim Cummings.
One of my heroes of all time. One of my heroes of all time, by the way. And he photobombed Stacy's picture with the voice of Connie.
Yeah. we'll show that in a minute. But anyway, here, as you can see, let me again put my hand over my my name up there on the top. But as you can see, he has this picture. It's got like a lot of his popular characters on it.
That man, like much like Mr. Rob Paulson, is literally my childhood.
Yeah, same with all of us. And so he was doing it. Like I said, I got the distinct feeling of like Khan's scene is not really his scene. He does it because he knows the fans enjoy it and he's cool with that. But it's not totally his scene. He was throwing some voices out here and there. We actually because it was like we were standing in line and Stacy was mostly just waiting for us and wasn't going to get autograph until I pointed out to her that he was the voice of Dr. Robotnik. As you can see,
Doctor is in.
Yeah, I unfortunately have Stacy's autographs because I forgot to give them to her when I got out of the car because I was holding them in my bag. So, but yeah, so she grabbed the Dr. Robotnik and he did the Robotnik voice for her, which was pretty cool. And then because he's in that movie, when he saw her name was Anastasia, right? And so he saw the name because they do the thing with the little sticker that says this is the name that you're going to autograph, so they know how to spell it. And so he saw the name was Anastasia, and he says like, "Oh, Anastasia, in the dark of the night, terror will find you." Which he sings that song in the movie. Because Christopher Lloyd doesn't sing. He's Christopher Lloyd singing voice in that movie.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. And then I look like a dumb shit because apparently Risa and I were both under the impression that she did not like that movie due to constantly being compared to it, and apparently we were wrong. So I kind of look like an idiot, but she corrected me, so it's all good.
She kind of gave a negative inflection of it when I first met her. I was like, "Oh, dude, your name's Anastasia. That's a really pretty name." And by the way, I love that movie. Do you love that movie? It's just like, no, not really.
Yeah, which she did say that it's because when that movie came out, her mother freaked out and bought like everything from that movie for her. But anyway, going back over that, and then I shook his hand. I made the comment. I think no, it's it's interesting. You don't realize how much of our childhoods you're really a part of until you see it laid out on a table like this. Because he had pictures of everything from Pooh and Tigger to Darkwing Duck, Scar, the Firefly from Princess and the Frog. All these different characters that he's done. And then somebody else was like, and that's not even the half of it. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I told him it's an honor to meet you, and he said, well, thank you. It's an honor to be met.
For a second, no one was at his line, and I said, "Listen, I love you," and he said, "Love you right back."
Yeah, he's good about that. He was wearing a Darkwing, as you can see up at the shirt. He's wearing a Darkwing Duck shirt. Let's get the screen. Let's get the shot up here. Whoa. Let's where's this picture? Over here. There we go. You can see the picture of Jim Cummings there.
Is it wrong that if I meet Jim Cummings, the one thing I'd want to ask him to do is Darth Pooh? I totally want to just see and hear that live.
That would be interesting. So we got some shots with him.
Nice. I couldn't even smile because I was so overwhelmed by how much I adore this man.
Oh shit, Jim?
Yeah.
If Risa comes with us to MorphiCon, are we going to have to stand in the god-awful 3-hour line to meet JDF?
Well, she will. I'm not.
Fair.
No, you don't understand, Risa. His line was like a third of the fucking room.
I believe it.
He skipped out on providing the voice of Lord Draken in the Shattered Grid comic book live reading because he still had people in his line and he was only there one day.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, that's back to Connie. Let me see. Do I have? Let me see if I can do this. Let me go over here for a sec.
Yep.
Risa, can you send me, if you have it, on Skype, the photobomb shot?
Oh, I don't have it. She has it.
Oh, well, wait. No, she sent it in the group chat.
To us. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'll come back to that in a minute. But yeah, there's what had happened, as Risa mentioned earlier, is that Jim Cummings' booth was right next to Grace Rolick's booth, and it was a little bit of tight spacing. So Grace Rolick came out from behind the booth to take a picture with Stacy, and Jim Cummings happened to be coming out from around his booth at the same time for a shot with somebody else. But since he saw, and the other person was getting prepared, and so since he saw that shot happening, he basically turned around and photobombed Stacy's shot with Grace Rolick. which was pretty funny. So, let me. I'm still on camera. Okay, good. So that was pretty awesome. So we got his. So we got three of our main autographs out of the way right off the bat. So that worked out well. And by the time we did all this, it was like 11:30 or so, I think, if my memory serves me correctly. So following that wonderful series of events, let's see. The problem is I need to look up the freaking I need to look up the panel schedule because that'll remind me what we were doing.
Even though you like planned all of the days.
I didn't plan Friday. That's why I planned Saturday and Sunday that way, because I didn't plan Friday. And I feel like it backfired on me. Connecticon.
Yeah, well, some of the best things happen because you don't plan it.
That is true.
I totally agree with that. Like, I live my life by that.
Like me deciding to go talk to Matt Austin and Chris Violet.
There you go. I was thinking of this stuff. We didn't do that.
Oh, there it is.
All right. So let's see. After we did got the autographs done, we missed Potter paper props, but we got the other autographs. So I'm going to take a moment right here and bitch. Which I don't blame any one individual. But even the staff, when I asked the panel table, told me this. And I'm like, then what's the point? So Connecticon has an app on which they display the panel schedules. You can track what events are going on. There's stops to see what the guests are doing, where the photo shoots are. You can report harassment or other commentary on there. Like, there's a lot of things you can do on the app, but apparently somebody couldn't be bothered to put a ton of fucking panels on the app. Which again goes back to the reason why I planned out Saturday and Sunday much more specifically, because, especially Saturday, thank you, because a bunch of panels weren't on the app. In particular, none of the panels for the Power Rangers were on the app. As a result, I did not know there was a Power Ranger panel on Friday morning, and I did not go to it.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. It was called the OG Men of Power Rangers.
Oh.
There was actually, I got it here somewhere, because I would have gone to that after we were done with the autographs if I had known it was happening, but nobody could be bothered to put it in the fucking app.
Yeah, not putting this shit on the app kind of defeats the purpose of the app.
Yeah, exactly. And I even went over to the panels that I mentioned earlier. I said, "Hey guys, I assume you probably already know this, but there's like a bunch of your panels that aren't on the app." And he's like, "Yeah, that's because the app is shit. That's why I write this shit down here for people to check."
Well, was that a staff person that said that to you?
Yes,
Yep.
It was. I know I know explicitly who it was. I will not identify him for the sake of his job security. Not that I think he cares, but
Wow.
But yes, it was Building a Legacy, a Q&A with the OG men of Power Rangers, which featured Austin, Walter, and David Fielding.
AKA Zordon.
Right. Anyway, let me bring this up here. Whoa, there we go. That's a good shot.
So basically the leaders of the team.
Sort of. Let me just bring this up here. Let me go to the screen share real quick. If I can put this shot up I was talking about.
Well, Zach was the second in command.
That's true.
Yes, he was.
And you see a shot, as you can see from the, let me get rid of the shot over on the other window here. So you can see from the shot here, she's taking the shot with Grace rolling, and Jim Cummings just in the back like, "Hi, I'm here too."
We're not seeing it.
Yeah, that's not the one.
Oh, I hit the wrong window. Sorry, hang on. My bad. And try that again. No, not that one. Where the hell did it go?
It's still in Skype.
Let's just do entire screen. Fuck it.
Whoa.
How about that?
Yeah.
There you go.
And Jim Cummings in the back just like, "Hi." Also, quick moment because I didn't realize he was capturing the shot. But can I point out the awesomeness of this Pride dude over here on the right side of the shot? Pride suit, Pride flag. That's cool. All right. So let's go ahead and stop that screen share again. All right. So we got the. So I didn't know there was a Ranger panel, which pissed me off. But once we finished our autographs, we did go upstairs, or at least Risa and I went upstairs. I don't believe Stacy came with us, if I recall correctly. And we went to the latter portion. We were speaking of a panel. Anime doesn't exist, and Trek is for girls. Fandom secret histories, which was actually very informative. Basically, the presenter talked about things like the fact that there really is no such thing as anime. Literally, all it is a Japanese word for animation, and because it was really initially intended to differentiate because Japanese animation was so much better than American animation in the 70s and early 80s. But American animation has caught up so much that really the line is so blurred that there's really no differentiation anymore. And the term is really just being used basically by elitist assholes.
It's not necessarily true. It's a differentiation of the style of animation, not so much the quality of animation anymore. It's now the style.
That used to be true, I would say.
Yeah, that's the thing. As she pointed out, that's not really the case anymore because styles have integrated so much.
Kind of.
That's really the argument, is that it's really not. I will mention this particular individual whom I actually have a. Let me go into my photos real quick here. I actually have this. Where's my note gallery? I can actually give you this. I can hype this individual because they put their information on the screen and I took a picture of it. Let's see, where is this darn thing? Picture. Here we go.
It's also a good way for stores to categorize their shit. It's like anime, Japanese animation. Okay, that's where all the Japanese animated stuff is.
Yeah, but the point they're making is that almost all the American animation is animated in Japan or other Asian countries now.
Yeah.
It's Jenna Blue, Jena Blue. You can find her at jennablue.com or at Froborr, Froborr on Twitter, and also under that name, froborr.tumblr.com, as well as on Patreon and YouTube under that name. And those, if you go, specifically if you go to the YouTube channel, Jenna Blue's YouTube channel, you'll find that those panels are going to be posted over the course of time. So this panel will actually be on there if you'd like to see it, learn more. Because they had the panels recorded, so that was nice. And the other thing was about Trek being for women, the simple highlighting the fact that simply online fandom in general, of which Star Trek was one of the first back in the 60s, was originally massively populated by women. It really only changed getting into the early 80s and 90s when basically companies wanted to capitalize on fandom, and so basically had computer and tech nerds who were mostly white dudes and used them in a lot of advertising and other things, and that's kind of what spun the opinion of the public as thinking of content and fandom culture as being nerdy white dudes, when originally it was almost all women, and diverse women at that. So kind of a lot of interesting stuff in that panel. What did you think of that, what we saw in that panel, Risa?
I thought it was well researched, actually. To find those pictures with, the differentiation between how they actually portrayed the fandom, and how it actually was when they met them in person, and how not widespread it was that women were pretty much like a huge fan base at that point. That was pretty neat to see those differences.
Definitely, I agree. Good times had by all. I got too many apps open on my damn phone. That's you tag me coming. Oh, hey, it's a video from the panel. You tag me in the video. Thanks, Risa.
Not a problem.
Cool. So if you go over to Austin St. John's Facebook page, you will see video of the second Power Ranger panel for Saturday, which we'll talk about in a minute, and you will hear me ask Austin a question in that panel.
Was it a good one?
It was. I'll tell you about it when we get to talking about that panel. Let's keep going in order of the weekend.
Fair.
I like to do that. Keeps me organized. So, following that portion.
An organized gym is a happy gym.
Exactly. You understand me. So, following that panel, we went out of there. We skipped the opening ceremonies. Let's see. What did we do next? No. Oh, Johnny Bosch had his own panel, too. Didn't know about that either.
Wow, okay.
The
What was his
man,
panel?
the man, a mic, and exactly 1 hour. A JYB Q&A.
That would have been fun.
And we go check out JYB at it. Again, fix your app, Connecticon. Put your shit on the app. It's not that hard.
Apparently it is.
Like, I'm not depending. I'm definitely not depending on the app next year. Screw that. I'll just look. I'll print out the damn schedule if I have to. All right. So anyway, we So let's see. After we did that anime panel, what did we do next, Risa?
We left the room.
No shit. I'm trying to remember. Did we go to another panel after that? What did we do?
Did you go eat lunch?
We may have at that point.
Let's see. I'm gonna do a little research.
Yeah, you can research. I do know. At some point after, because what was the timing on that last panel? Because that'll tell me. Because
It was in the morning. Like it ended at like 11:30 or something.
No, it was later than that. I think. I can find it again.
Failing memories.
I know. All right. No, the anime panel was from 1 to 2. All right. So at 2 o'clock, I got it now. At 2 o'clock, we rendezvoused with Stacy. I don't remember where the hell she was. But we rendezvoused with Stacy, and we had lunch at the little cafe in the back of the dealer's room. They have two sides, and they separated out. One side was serving salads, sandwiches, and stuff like that, and the other side was serving burgers, hot dogs, chicken, and things of that nature. So we went over that side. We got some lunch, and we sat down and we had lunch. No, wait, Stacy didn't have lunch with us. Wait, yes, she did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Oh, we had lunch with the Power Rangers. Short guy.
Yeah, we had lunch with a dude in an awesome blue ninjetti suit. You took a picture of him, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, send me that picture if you would.
Oh, okay.
Don't me.
All right, it's gonna take like 3 minutes.
That's fine. I'll keep going. Well, yeah, we had this blue ninjetti dude. We had some lunch. I had the chicken tenders and fries, which I usually get from that place. It's pretty good. Very enjoyable. They serve waffle fries. So that was a good lunch. I enjoyed that. Risa, how was the grilled chicken sandwich? She walked off for a minute. Fair enough. We'll get back to that. Overall, enjoyable lunch. Hung out with the blue ninjetti dude. He was pretty cool. And then following lunch, we went to the Growing Up with Steven Universe panel, which was at 4 o'clock.
Oakley dokley.
The other thing, after running in regards to running with the food, just prior to that, they have all the video games in that room also, and we were going to DDA, but the DDAs were busy. Sorry, DDR. We're going to Dance Dance Revolution. They are busy. We did get to do it later in the weekend. We will cover that.
I didn't know you danced.
I can. I mean, I have good rhythm. I'm shit at that game, but that's because it was set to like a weird ass mode.
But was it set to elitist prick mode?
No. It's just it was set to a weird thing where it was supposed to be like it was like one person using both sides rather than a 2-player game, which eventually did get sorted out, but I still wasn't that good at it. I was a little better once we got it to the right 2-player mode, but wasn't super good. Risa's an expert on that game. She can critique my performance upon her return. Just we went to the Growing Up with Steven Universe panel, which was a lot of fun. It was, of course, Zach Callison and Grace Rolick. And basically, they came in, talked about Steven Universe. They got asked a lot of good questions, and one of the running theme of the panel was Zach Callison saying, "My answer is stuff that hasn't aired yet. I can't talk about it." What's your favorite emotional moment? Hasn't aired yet. You can't talk about it. What's your favorite song? Hasn't aired yet. I can't talk about it. Like every question, that was his answer. And he clearly felt terrible about it too. But he talked about how much the impact the show had on them growing up and being on that show, and some people asked him about some of his other roles. He talked about how he's going to become a hobo in Europe after this.
He's going to become Simon?
But he's going on a tour of many European countries after this, and he's going to be going from one to the other and out of the country for quite some time. So, Zach Callison, wish you luck on your trip. He's already there because he was going there right after the con. So, him and his little dog and whatnot. So,
and you think I'm kidding? Simon was mistaken for a hobo after he went out for his morning run.
That's true. I remember you told me about that. Anyway, Risa, you back yet?
Yeah, Ninjetti's almost on deck.
Okay. Going back to a couple other things, what did you think? How was that grilled chicken sandwich?
It was delicious.
Good. Glad to hear it. So let's see.
Chicken.
Yes. So that was awesome. And then what did you think of the Steven Universe panel, the first one?
There was a lot of that, can't talk about it stuff, but honestly, I thought it was all right. But I like the second one that we'll talk about later better.
I agree with you on that. I agree, except that we had much worse seats for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes. But the panel was enjoyable. They were a lot of fun. It was good times had by all. So very fun Steven Universe panel. Like I said, Connecticon has uploaded some of the panels to their YouTube channel. There will probably be more. So go over to CTCon Media on YouTube to see Connecticon self-film videos of panels.
All right, boom.
All right, Blue and Jenny, here we go. That is badass. Geoff, you ready to check this out?
Wolf Sword.
All right. So, check this out.
That is kind of cool.
It's a good Blue and Jenny suit. I like it.
Can we get David Yost to cosplay in that?
Ha! There you go. Anyway. So we had lunch, Steven Universe panel. And then after the Steven Universe panel, let's see. Right, so we came out of the Steven Universe panel, and we went, all right, and let's see. That was right. We didn't do that because at the same time. Let's see. What the hell did we do next?
What the hell did you do next?
I'm trying to figure that out. I feel like we had a half an hour break and then we went to the next panel. What the hell was it? Not that. Not that. Did we go to another panel? What the hell? Oh, yes. So at that point, we had a brief respite. Because I believe the Stephen and Connie panel ended at 5, if I recall correctly. This problem, look at the schedule on the website. You got to keep scrolling back and forth through all this shit. Whereas on the app, you can select stuff to my schedule and only see the shit that you care about.
Or
Yeah, that
the
was
stuff that they care about.
Right. What do you mean?
The stuff that you care about's not on the app.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. So anyway, that was 4 to 5. So we had a break for about an hour. I don't remember what we did for the hour.
Dinner?
Well,
No.
we got dinner after like around 5:45.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we met up at the hotel. Well, no. Oh no, that's when we were asking each other if we wanted to have dinner. And then we said we would eat around 7. So that's what we did.
Right. All right, that's so we went back to the hotel room. That's what we did. We had an hour to kill, so we went back up to the hotel room. We hung out, ate some snacks, relaxed.
Is that when we watched the first episode of Once Upon a
No, there wasn't enough time.
Oh, okay.
That was later. So I went back up to the hotel room. We hung out. We had some snacks. Basically just relaxed. And then we went back down at 6 o'clock to Pokebiology 101. Which was a very educational panel.
And also entertaining.
Yes, I unfortunately don't have the information of the person who ran that panel, but she was a degree biologist. And basically spoke about basically analyzing the Pokemon game from a perspective of actual biology and ecology, and how certain things in that world compare, and how these things fit in. It was really, really interesting. She talked about how, like, okay, here's why certain things might evolve this way or that way. Here's why the word evolution is not scientifically accurate to Pokemon. The word it should be metamorphosis. But obviously, the company used evolution because that's way catchier for kids than metamorphosis.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta be honest, I didn't do it, but there was a thought going through my head. I didn't raise my hand and say it.
What's that?
Okay.
Because she was going on about how, yeah, we, said, basically harping on this is not evolution, this is metamorphosis. But, obviously putting the game out and saying, oh, your Pikachu metamorphosized into Raichu, when most kids aren't going to say that. It wouldn't really work. So saying evolution was a lot catchier to help sell the franchise. And I didn't say it aloud, but the thought going through my head was, you can make that work. It's called abbreviated to the word morph. There's about 6 people downstairs who will tell you how successful that can be.
Yeah. By the way, was that Connie Wall?
That sounds right. Yes. I will go with that. I wish I put the presenters' names on these damn listings. Anyway, but that was a very informative panel, very enjoyable. And she had a follow-up panel the next day, but we did not get to go to that. But a very enjoyable panel. So then at 7 o'clock, we said, all right, let's get some dinner.
By the way, on the topic of Pokemon, what do you think of the fact that pretty much all the old Pokemon are irrelevant because Nintendo couldn't, or fucking the developer couldn't be bothered to actually put them in the console game?
Sorry, say that again.
What is your opinion on the fact that the majority of existing Pokemon are completely now irrelevant in Pokemon because the developer couldn't be bothered putting them in the game?
Well, I think it makes perfect sense that there could be regions where there are only certain Pokemon. All the Pokemon don't have to be in every region. Biologically, it makes sense that they wouldn't necessarily be everywhere.
Yeah, except the whole thing about Pokemon is they keep saying you can take all the Pokemon you've acquired through your lifespan and bring them into the next game. Now it's like, yeah, and now it's completely irrelevant and all your Pokemon are worthless because they don't exist.
You know what? It's kind of a fresh start, and it works out that you can focus on these new Pokemon, and they can always release a patch to add some of the old ones later if they want to. But I think it works. I think it's good to get a nice fresh start, new console, completely new kind of game. I think it's good.
Okay.
And we know that not all the old ones are missing from the game because
No.
we've literally seen Raichu and some others in the freaking videos.
Yeah, it's just most of the most popular ones aren't going to be there because they're not native to that region.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think it's that bad.
Fair.
I think it's whiny entitled fanboys, but
Fair enough.
moving on. So we went and got dinner on Friday night, and this evening we chose to go have some dinner over at the Front Street Bistro, which is part of the Spotlight Theater. You can buy food and booze or bring it in a movie if you want, but we just ate at the bistro portion. I had the BLT, which had less bacon than I expected, but it was thick bacon and it was really good. That was an excellent BLT. And being that I don't eat a lot anyway, the fact they didn't put a whole lot of excessive stuff on it, enough lettuce, tomato, enough bacon that was good. Like that was a toast. Like it was a really good BLT and perfect for my appetite. I mean, I ate most of it. That tells you something because I very rarely finish a meal. So that was a good BLT. Fries were delicious. They were seasoned fries. I love seasoned fries. Very, very delicious. But yeah, we had a nice meal, hung out. I felt bad for the poor server because she seemed to be the only one there serving any of the tables. Not that it's a huge place, but she seemed very busy.
At least that means she was making money.
That's true. So yeah, I had that. That was very nice. That was good. Risa, how were those? Was you had the double beef sliders?
Yeah, they were very good.
Good, good. And I did like this because obviously they had the movie there and they were advertising it. The bar had a drink called the Mysterio, which Risa and Stacy had. How was the Mysterio?
It was pretty strong.
Well, yeah, because wasn't it like 2/3 vodka?
Yeah, it was pretty strong. Had a lot of vodka in it.
That seemed like a pretty strong drink.
Yeah, it was, some drinks, you'll get a lot of flavor out of it and the vodka will be kind of hidden. And this one, the vodka was not hidden. It kind of hit you like a ton of bricks.
So, in other words, they overpoured on the vodka and it wasn't a good drink. John Taffer would tear them apart for that. Anyway.
It was good, though. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying it was strong.
No, but the thing about it, that's just it. The question is it supposed to be that strong? Because the thing is, drinks are supposed to have a certain amount of liquor in them. You put too much liquor in there, and you end up in a situation where John Taffer talks about this on Bar Rescue. Watch Bar Rescue; it's a great show. Hyping it again, but he talks about the thing called it's basically bar science. And the thing about drinks is, if you put too much liquor in a drink, you're going to get your customer intoxicated too fast, and you will not sell them a second drink, and you're costing yourself money. Which is why drinks are designed to have a certain amount of liquor in them. And the way bartenders pour is they pour the liquor and they count to a certain number, and they know how many on the count is how much liquor. And so the problem is that bartenders sometimes don't, track their counts well, and they over pour, and that's how the drinks end up too strong.
Yeah, we had to stop at the one because it was just way too strong, way too fast. And yes, I did outdrink you, Laser Beam, but no offense. You got me the next day.
Yeah. So, and that's why, because if they hadn't done that, much like when you were at the tavern, you might have bought a second round, and you didn't. So they cost themselves money on that night. So, yeah. But either way, good food. I do always recommend the Front Street Bistro. It's directly across from the convention center. You literally can't miss it. And the food is affordable and enjoyable. They did not have their Connecticon menu out. They said they were going to do that Saturday. They hadn't said need to put it out yet because they knew that was a busier day. But still, it's affordable either way.
Yes, Jim promised us a Connecticon menu the whole time, and then we get there and it's not there. So
they said they were doing it the next day. That's not my fault. I didn't do it. I'm Snitsky. It wasn't my fault.
No. See, That's your secret. It's always your fault.
Ha. Anyway, so we ate, and we went back to the hotel room. We also, by the way, I will also say, we between myself, Risa, and Stacy, we split a chocolate lava cake with a few scoops of ice cream. That was pretty good. That wasn't bad.
It was more like chocolate cake with ice cream inside almost because the lava was kind of frozen.
Yeah, that was a bit of a problem. They did not properly thaw out the heat up the lava cake to make the lava inside melty, so it was just like a hunk of chocolate in the middle.
It was
Again,
more like chocolate glacier cake.
yeah, that was more accurate. So still decent, but yeah, you guys didn't
Yeah, it
heat
was
that up
still
very
good.
well.
Hmm.
Didn't not a bit of a problem there, guys. Overall, good though. So yeah, eating the Front Street Bistro. So we did that. Went back to the room. Once again, Thompson and Stacey went swimming, and so Risa and I, because I realized I had inadvertently left my Once Upon a Time DVD disc in the PS4 that I brought. We watched the episode 715, which is on there, and then we realized, oh, the whole show is on Netflix. We could just keep watching episodes there. So we watched some Once Upon a Time episodes, which were very enjoyable. We had some snacks when we did this, and yeah, just an overall fun time. I'm trying to remember if we. Oh, was it that night? Oh, I screwed something up. Should have followed my notes. I screwed something up from the Thursday. I forgot one thing. I don't remember which night it was. Well, one of the two nights, either Thursday or Friday, one of the two nights after after Thompson and Stacey came back from the pool, we went down to the game room and we played a round of Choking Hazard.
Yeah, that was Friday, I believe.
Okay, yeah. So after they came back, we said, let's go down to the game room. We went down to the game room. We played Joking Hazard, which is a fun card game from the people who bring you cyanide and happiness. And basically, you have to make a funny 3-panel comic out of the cards, and some of them are horrible, and it operates on a Cards Against Humanity level. So, still a lot of fun. Play it if you get a chance. Enjoyable. A lot of people in the game room enjoying things. Good times that way. All there was a Cards Against Humanity game going on. Somebody had the bigger, blacker box. Lots of cards, so they were having a lot of fun. So, good time there. Enjoyable game. I forgot to mention, by the way, with the Thursday, I came back from behind and I won the Unstable Unicorns game. Because I was like, I was like the whole time, and then I'm like, boom, I win. Because I super nade Stacy's nay, and like I play this unicorn, and it lets me summon another unicorn automatically, and I win.
You wouldn't have had that Super Nate had I not changed decks with you.
Yes, because I played the card on Uniswitch hand to give you the two not that good cards that were in my hand, and I took your whole big hand of cards.
And that wraps up Friday, right?
Yeah, that's the end of Friday. Then we went back to the room again after the card game. And yeah, that's about the end of Friday. Good times had by all. That's everything Friday, right? Yeah. All right. So, Saturday. Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. Saturday.
Saturday.
Disney's one Saturday morning. 5 hours of summer once a week. Gonna get nailed for copyright for singing.
Don't sing more than 10%. Follow the library rules.
Ha! There you go. Good times. Oh, my computer's messed up. What's going on? No. Okay. Anyway, so we opened up Saturday, and after what happened on Friday with the issue of the autographs and things, I felt like I was very not in control of the trip. So I stayed up till 3 a.m. on Friday night, and I plotted out exactly what I wanted to do on Saturday in order on a checklist to make sure that everything that I don't want done and wanted to do, and that other people I want to do, was done. So
The
I had
people
to.
you wanted to do, is that what you just said? That's totally what you just said.
No, I don't think I said
Did you
that at all.
accomplish? Did you accomplish that?
No, I said everything that
That's exactly what you said.
No,
That's
I said everything
exactly
that
what I
I
heard.
and the people wanted to do.
That's
That's what
why
I said.
the whole face is blushing.
What I and other people wanted to do.
Okay, just don't cry on camera.
All right, I will try not to. Anyway.
And you will fail. You
Yeah,
will
pretty
fail
much.
horribly.
It happens. Let me see here. All right. There we go. Anyway, so moving on from that, we opened up Saturday, and I can tell you exactly on Saturday because I actually have the checklist that I wrote for Saturday, so I know what we did on Saturday. So this will be a much more organized day to speak about.
Yeah, because none of the rest of us have memories.
That's not the one. Go back out of that one. I want kind of on Saturday. Here we go. Okay. So we opened up Saturday early, and Thompson did not get up early because he kind of did his own thing for most of the weekend. But me and Risa and Stacy got up early, and we went to a panel featuring young adult author Claudia Gray. She writes a variety of young adult series, and more recently, she has been writing books in the Star Wars canon. And so we went to her panel to hear her talk about her writing, and she was the only panel at 9 a.m. I don't know why she was the only panel at 9 a.m., but she was the only panel, at 9 a.m. So figure that out. But it was, like I said, there was only a handful of people in there, so we really got to directly ask her questions and talk to her. I mean, we all three of us asked her at least one or two questions, so we got to talk to her quite a bit. That was pretty cool, and she was very, very nice. It was interesting hearing about her writing and how she got into all this, and how being a fan herself of different things, and starting off writing a lot of fan fiction and ending up going from there. So it was really cool talking to her. It's very awesome. So yeah, put that over there. So very, very cool. So we went and so we enjoyed that panel. We did that early, right at 9 o'clock, and then after that we walked up the street to the Dunkin' Donuts, and we got ourselves some breakfast. Oh, that was the other thing that happened during one of the intervening things on Friday. We went to CVS. We needed some supplies for the room, so we walked out of the CVS, which is a few blocks away. We had to take the long way around because I didn't pay attention to which way we were going. I kind of fucked that up. That was my bad. But we did eventually make it to the CVS to get what we needed, and then we made it back over to the convention center.
And I might add about Hartford and walking around as a pedestrian that, you walk around New York City, you go across the street and it's just like horizontal and vertical lines. But in Hartford, you cross also diagonally too. So there's lines going everywhere. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was interesting. So, but yeah, we made it over to the. That was part of the time, is that we basically went up to the room, then came back down, went to the CVS, then back up to the room. That took up a big chunk of time between panels at one point. That was one of the things that we missed. So, we did that. So anyway, at this point on Saturday morning, we went over to the Dunkin' Donuts and got breakfast. I had a toasted and buttered cinnamon raisin bagel, which was delicious. So good. I'm hungry. Anyway, I get a snack after we do this video. Anyway, so that was very enjoyable. We had breakfast. How was the breakfast sandwich, Risa?
I had a bacon, egg, and cheese wake up wrap, and it was equally as delicious.
Nice. I approve.
Laserbeam had a sausage, egg, and cheese, which she thoroughly enjoyed.
All right.
And I was happy to have real coffee. Sorry, Starbucks, you suck.
Yeah, and there were compliments on Stacy's Splatoon cosplay. People asked her for pictures. Somebody complimented the roller in the Dunkin' Donuts. No, good times there. Also, I hope somebody noted this because I noticed we were walking through. There's a riverfront walk that goes from Riverfront Park, which is adjacent to the convention center. It's where the Hartford Food Truck Festival happens, and it's basically you go around the Connecticut Science Center and you go down the stairs. And on the way to the stairs, one of the lights that's installed in the stairwell had been like smashed to pieces and ripped out of the ground. So I don't know who vandalized the fucking lights at the stairwell, but I hope the cops caught that. But anyway, so went to Dunkin' Donuts, got breakfast, came back. And the next panel we went to is the Power Rangers panel that was on Saturday, which I didn't know about because at that point I had reviewed the website to see the missing panels that I didn't know about. So we went to the Power Rangers panel at 11:30. That panel featured David Fielding, Karen Ashley, and Johnny Bosch at the left table. Johnny Young Bosch at the left, or Bosch at the left table, and at the right table was Walter Jones and Austin St. John. And so they basically sat down and told a lot of great stories about things that came up as they were asked questions about this, that, and the other thing. Like I said, video of that panel is available on Austin St. John's Facebook page. So please do go check that out. But among other things that came up, let's see what things came up. David Fielding told a joke that harkened back to something from the previous panel, but he talked about, they were asked a lot about jokes and outrageous things that happened on set. And so, Johnny Bosch told a story about how Jason and Frank tried to murder him. Like, just straight up kill him. Geoff doesn't care. Fair enough. Geoff, I can hear you moving. You're unmuted.
Oh, sorry.
You don't care that Johnny almost got killed. Good job.
What did he try to do?
Well, here's what happened. So they were in a van. It was a minivan. Their driver was Harriet. Mm-hmm. And JDF and Johnny were sitting in the middle seats. And Karen
All you had to say was JDF and Johnny. That kind of explains it all.
I did say that. But JDF and Johnny were in the middle seats. Karen, Ashley, and Amy Jo were sitting in the back. They were the four in the minivan at the time. Mm-hmm. And so they were in the minivan, and JDF dared Johnny goaded him into, and I don't remember exactly how he did this. He said, "Oh, this will be, cool. It'll be like this, that, or the other thing, whatever the hell it was." But he basically goaded Johnny into climbing out the window of the minivan onto the roof of the moving minivan.
Wow.
And so Johnny climbed out onto the roof of the minivan, which was going about 50 miles an hour.
Wow, idiots.
And no, it gets better. So Johnny's on the roof of the minivan, which because basically they were doing the thing of like reaching out the window and feeling the air, and someone's like, "Oh, he was like, oh, Johnny, you should get on the roof and do like a cool thing." So Johnny gets on the roof of the moving minivan. Somehow the driver doesn't see this, and Johnny's on the roof of the minivan, which is going 50 miles an hour, and all of a sudden the minivan starts swerving left and right. And Johnny's holding on for dear life, like, "Oh God, what's going on?" Manages to pull himself up to the windshield and sees that JDF has reached over the driver and is yanking the wheel back and forth.
What? So this isn't a story of Johnny almost died. It's a story of JDF tried to murder Johnny Bosch.
That is what I said if you were paying attention at the start of this portion of the video.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Karen and Amy Jo in the background like, "Oh my God, he's gonna die! He's gonna die!" And And eventually they managed to get him back into the minivan. But that's Johnny tells it better than I do. Watch the video. But yeah, they talked about that. They talked about somebody asked them about potential injuries on set. Austin St. John talked about one time a minor thing where there was a stunt guy broke his leg, which is really, really horrible because apparently this stunt guy was like a really high-level professional martial artist in a particular martial art, and he had to miss a tournament that he'd been training for like years and years for because of this broken leg.
Wow.
Which was very unfortunate, but it was a situation where he I don't remember exactly what the deal was of how he broke the leg. I don't remember exactly what happened. Basically, he was a stunt. He was in one of those doing stunts for one of the Rangers, and he had to do this like flip off of like some. I think they were at a park. I think it was like he had to do like this thing off a swing set and something where or come off this tree, something from the air, and he landed wrong and his leg broke.
Ouch.
I don't remember what the hell it was. Something like something that was supposed to hold him up like snapped and he came down. I don't remember exactly what Austin said, but again, video, watch it. And then Walter Jones talked about the time that he accidentally punched a putty in the face and broke his nose. So that was an accident. When they talked about that sort of thing, it was really fun the way they were going back and forth telling the stories. It's just a really enjoyable panel. One of the things that came up, and this is the part where I came in, was somebody had asked them about what was it that brought it up? Shit, I don't remember how it got brought up now. I think I can watch a video, but what came up was the subject of Zordon's sacrifice.
Okay.
And Austin St. John took the mic and he says, "Now and he says, I got to tell you, when I found out that he says when I found out that Christopher Kamen Lee killed Zordon, I almost killed Christopher Kamen Lee." And basically talked a little bit about that. That's just briefly about that situation. And given the opportunity, I threw my hand up and jumped in right there. And I said to him, "Oh, did did that come up when you guys were filming that final scene of Forever Red where he throws that line out in the deleted scene?" I don't know if you know about that, Geoff.
No.
Okay. So the last scene of Forever Red, that scene where they're all in a group and Tommy's walking away and Cole starts verbally sucking his dick. Basically, they're all like the Red Rangers all try to throw stuff out to make themselves sound like they're the coolest Red Ranger. That's where Sullivan Ward sufficiently pegged himself as guy who got baked into a giant pizza.
Right. Yeah, I remember that scene.
So anyway, there's some on the bouncing around the internet. There's some deleted takes of that scene because they ended up doing a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bonus guest tonight. May I welcome our good friend QJ.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey,
what up, dude?
Yeah, nice to see you guys again.
And of course, QJ shows up just in time for the Power Rangers panel.
Of course. So what I was saying, QJ, is that during this panel, the subject of the death of Zordon came up. And Austin St. John talked about how, he said, when I found out that Christopher Kamen Lee killed Zordon, I almost killed Christopher Kamen Lee. And I threw my hand up and I asked him, did you find out during the Forever when he threw that line out during the deleted take from the Forever Red finale? And for a second, he didn't know what I was talking about, and he was like, I'm not sure." And I started up and I said, because in that end scene where you guys were at the end, and he was like, I killed Zordon. And for a second, he goes, "Oh yeah, I remember that now." And he kind of told us, "Yeah." And Karen's like, "Wait, that's in the episode?" And I was like, "No, it's a deleted scene." But But it's like, yeah, we were all trying to like one up each other in that scene, and also explains, well, there was a lot of deleted scenes because we did like 10 or 50 takes. That by the end of all these takes we were doing of this, we were like just saying a lot of things that were not necessarily appropriate for a Power Ranger show. And he's like, yeah, and he did the one who's like, yeah, I killed Zordon, and we're like, wait, what? So that kind of got thrown out there. It's kind of an interesting discussion, but they talked about that a little bit. I was saying they talked about some unfortunate injuries that happened on set, and talked about people doing pranks and things. JDF trying to murder Johnny Young Bosch, which I covered already. Long story short, he talked Johnny into getting onto the roof of a minivan going 50 miles an hour, and then grabbed the wheel and tried to shake the van around to shake him off.
Wow.
Yeah, I mentioned the video of this panel is on Austin St. John's Facebook page if you want to watch it. Go there to watch this panel.
Cool, definitely.
And there is an edited video of the Friday panel on Connecticon's YouTube channel, CTCon Media. If you want to check out that one, just had David Fielding, Austin, and Walter. But yeah, they talked about a lot of different cool things. It was a really, really enjoyable panel. What did you like about that panel, Risa?
I like the atmosphere. Like, everybody's just so down to earth. Like, wouldn't expect like these celebrities that have been doing this for years and years, to just have that kind of personable like quality. They just because they just really value the fans. You know what I mean? Like, you could just tell that they live, eat, and breathe the fans. So, I just really like the interaction between them and us.
Yeah. They're really not really, really good people. Like I said, one of Austin's people was there live streaming it through her phone, so that video is available. So you can watch that panel and hear all about it. Very enjoyable panel. They talked about how like the shitty like command center lights and how boring it was when they had to be there for like an 18-hour day just in a really shitty command center. So there's like some like black curtains with like Christmas lights on them. And like the person in the Alba suit, like doing these boring things, like, great, look at the tape. Where's Zordon supposed? Because Zordon wasn't actually there. They were just looking up at like some tape because they only filmed Zordon once. They just used that footage every time they needed Zordon. And then David Fielding just did voiceover in the booth, and then later Bob Manahan. And so they basically talk about how it's just so boring. Walter Jones talked about one time they went to film at a beach and they didn't have filming permits. So they literally had to jump out of the van, like, shoot quick, shoot, get back in the van, go.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a good panel. I recommend checking it out. All right.
Awesome.
What else happened? Let's see. So we did that. That ended at 12:30. At 1 o'clock, we went to a brief respite in the 100-acre wood with Jim Cummings. He that was an enjoyable panel. Like I said before with Jim Cummings, it seems like conventions are not really his scene. He goes because it seems like he knows the fans enjoy it. He plays with the voices and does some stuff. He sounds like he's having a generally enjoyable. He's not having a bad time, but he generally, if he had the choice, it's something he would not be doing, kind of deal. So, but he did the panel. People came up and asked him questions about some of his different roles. He did some voices. And he started off by talking a little bit about how he got it. Basically, the questions they always get asked, about how I got into voice acting, some of the things I did, so on and so forth. He reminded everybody that he will not sign dirty things at his booth.
Nice.
He's like, Pooh Bear has to be good. We can't sign those dirty things. He did the voice. Sounds pretty fun. So, but
you will sign my photo of Darth Pooh.
Yeah, right. So he talked about but he got asked a lot of interesting questions about voice acting, different roles that he had done, and different things. Somebody asked him about if there were any roles he regretted, and he said that he doesn't really necessarily regret any of his roles per se, in terms of the work being bad. But if he had a choice, he probably wouldn't do the Garbage Pail Kids movie again.
Yeah, it's understandable.
He did mention that his first role, where he was on the big screen, was the voice of the Bullet in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That was like one of his first big screen voice roles.
Wow.
And he said he remembered seeing that on the big screen. It was pretty cool. He apparently also did a ton of voice work as Three Weasels in that movie, and all of it got cut.
Wow.
But he was in there as the bullet, so that counted. And he said that his at the time his parents got no end of enjoyment of the fact that he was billed 3 slots higher than Frank Sinatra on the credits.
All right, that's
So,
an awesome claim to fame.
there you go. But he was really enjoying it. The best story that he told, however, was a story, and you know the one I'm talking about, Risa. Do you want to talk about it, or do you want me to do it?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Do you want to say anything about the panel before I do that?
I just thought it was kind of cool that he asked everybody what their favorite color was.
He did. He said,
well, because you know, I feel like he just wanted to remind everyone that, you know, everyone has that inner child, you know. So that was my take on it.
that's fair. But he told this story about how in his younger voice acting days, like maybe in the mid to late '90s somewhere, he was at one point contacted by there was a young man who you know, not a particularly, you know, like I think what he was like 13 or somewhere in that area. Am I right about that, Risa? He was like about 13, I think, or was he younger than that? I don't remember.
I believe he was younger than that.
Okay, but anyway, this young man, his parents had noticed that he could watch TV and he could pick out Jim Cummings. He recognized when Jim Cummings was doing a voice on the TV, and he would say, Jim Cummings. You know, he would hear him in this commercial about Jim Cummings, or he would hear him as Don Carnage on Tailspin, or, you know, one of his other many roles at the time. And it was, you know, Dark Green Duck, whatever, like, you know, Jim Cummings. And basically, his parents, you know, being that this was like a big thing for him, thought it would be cool if he could talk to Jim Cummings. So his parents called SAG at a few places to try to track him down. Eventually got in touch with Jim's agent, who got in touch with Jim and said, hey, there's a situation. We got this kid who's like, you know, super obsessed with you. He could pick out your voice from, you know, no matter what act tone you're doing, he picks it out from anything. You know, it'd be really cool if you could talk to this kid. And so he called the dad and spoke to the dad for a little bit, and you know, basically got on the phone with the kid. And the kid started off basically doing this. It basically started off would basically just in great detail describe like a voice that he had done, and then asked him to do a little bit of the voice, and then he'd do like half a sentence, and then he'd cut him off and move on to the next one. You know, so it'd be like, you know, I was in Tailspin, you were the villain Don Carnage. In this episode, like really in detail about exactly where it was, who was involved, like what, you know, what the roles of the character, you know, what exactly the roles of the characters were and who they were, like just. And we're basically only let him get in like half a sentence of the voice before he'd go on and ask for the next one. And just like it went on this way for like 40 minutes on this phone call. Like this kid going through all these voices and not even letting him get like a word in edgewise. Even though he went out of the way to call him to talk to him about this. So after about 40 minutes, and Jim Cummings' daughters were on the other end with him sitting there as he was doing this. And he eventually said, you know, hey, can I just talk to your dad again for a minute? And got his dad back on the phone, and so looked with his dad. His dad said, I am so sorry. I don't know where that came from. But like in absolute like shock at this. And Joe Cummings like, well, you know, the fun little chat box. Okay, just getting a little overexcited. It happens. And ended up talking to the mother on the phone, who was like crying. And Joe Cummings was trying to figure out like what the hell's going on. And she's like, you know, it's like this is amazing. Like he never does this. He doesn't talk. And he was like, oh well, you know, sometimes they're shy, but in the kind of situation they're really open. And she's like, no, you don't understand. Like since he was 3 years old, he has not spoken. He's been mute up until this moment.
Wow.
And Jacob was like, oh, holy shit. Like the parents could believe like this amazing thing. It's like, no. And they were saying to him, like, see, we can do it to the doctor, tell him you can talk. We know you could. So it was like this big, like amazing breakthrough for this kid that Jim Cummings helped out with. It's really amazing. So great story. Again, watch if that video ends up online, watch that panel. I'm sure somebody recorded it. And that's just for that story alone, that made that panel. It was great.
Yeah.
You awake over there, dude?
Who, me?
Yeah, you sound like you're half out of it.
No, I was just saying, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm laying down this way.
Okay. Like, yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Anyway, so
No
what
judgment.
else?
Thanks for being here.
That's no problem.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So anyway, after that panel, we had about an hour's respite. I do not remember what we did during this hour's respite. Do you, Risa?
Yep.
Me neither. But I know we came out of that panel and we went and did something at that point. Maybe we went to the dealer's room. Maybe we went back. Probably went back up to the hotel room because we were doing that a lot. We were going back to the hotel room a lot at intervening times. So we probably went back up to the hotel room.
When in doubt, hotel room.
Pretty much. So anyway, at 3 o'clock, I came back down and I went to the Kingdom Hearts panel.
Of course you did.
I did. I felt kind of bad
Why?
because I went into this panel. This panel was packed to the rafters.
Mm-hmm.
There was a ton of people, and it was one of the smaller rooms, which is part of the issue. But there were like a ton of people in there. And they brought people in, and basically the problem was this was one of the fan run panels, which a lot of them are. And I felt bad because the young lady running this panel clearly was not expecting to have to deal with a packed room.
Ah.
She clearly did not expect that this was, and unfortunately, she was a rather quiet young lady and did not have the capability to really stand up and manage this room. She was clearly out of her element, and I felt bad because like people were like I said, the microphone in the middle of the room where you were like normally go to ask questions wasn't working at first. Until after two other people screwed with it, I finally got up and I fixed the fucking thing.
You're like, move!
Well, it's like I got up and I'm like, okay, you all realize there's a button right there that says mute. It's clearly muted because it's turned on. Pop, pop, pop. Now it works.
They couldn't find the mute button.
I don't know. All I know is a couple other people looked at it and it wasn't working. I got up, I hit the mute button, I went pop, 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 and it worked. And then meanwhile, one of the staff dudes came in to check it out later, and I had already fixed it. And she's like, "Oh, is that working?" She's like, "No, it's working." Like, all right, no, yeah, of course it's working. I fucking fixed it. Mind you, I said none of this out loud. I just got up and did it. But the problem is there were some people on the side because basically she was at the table near the door on like if you picture the room, there was like tables on the left and right, and then the room, and everybody on the right side of the room by her table was like over there doing their thing. And so they basically went and some people were getting up and talking on the mics at the table up there and using that. And it kind of like went into this like mass of craziness for like the first, maybe not half panel, but 20 minutes at least of an hour long panel.
Was she the only one managing this panel?
Yeah, they didn't give her like a staff member moderator or anything. It was just like the fan who put it together. That's like, here, you have a room. Do what you want to do.
You should have up to her and be like, you want a hand? Well,
like I said, eventually some people did get up and were kind of helping out. Like I said, eventually it did sort itself out after the cup. The problem is there were a couple of people that were getting overexcited and talking on the microphone near the front of the room. And I get the feeling
you gave them a mic.
Well, yeah, but with nothing negative, I think that there were a couple of people in the front of them that might have been somewhere on the spectrum. And that might have been where it was a little like they were just very overly excited. So, but eventually it sorted out and they got a line near the mic in the center of the room. And eventually it just went through. Somebody would come to the mic in the center of the room, bring up a topic or ask a question, and the room would discuss it. So once I got that going, it was really good. There was a lot of great Kingdom Hearts questions, discussion of this and that, discussion of what's relevant going forward in terms of Unchained Kai, or whatever they're calling that game now. They changed the name. But it's a really good overall joy panel. Stacy stayed for like 5 minutes and then left because she's not big on fan run panels, which is entirely fine. But it was an enjoyable panel. I liked it. I think there's a lot of great fun Kingdom Hearts discussion, fun Kingdom Hearts jokes. Good times had by all.
She came in, hang out with me at the hotel, and we watched My Hero Academia a couple episodes.
Nice. Yeah, My Hero Academia was very big at this con. There was a lot of My Hero Academia cosplays. There were several panels themed on it. Big My Hero Academia presence this year.
Just big, period. It's really big.
Yeah. There were a lot of All Mights walking around.
Yeah. It's one of the biggest animes out right now.
Yeah. Very big deal. So, a lot of that going on. Anyway, so I'm gonna. Risa sent me this shot. I'm gonna. During the earlier portion of the day, we went to the Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast, and I didn't get to mention this, but I'm gonna bring up the screen share here real quick and jump over here for this. We stopped. I had to stop and get a shot by this for obvious reasons.
Nice.
What does that say?
Phoenix Gateway.
Ah,
This is the walkway that goes across from Riverside Park out to the main of Manhattan. As you can see, the Phoenix Company is based in Hartford since 1851. I think that says made possible this vital, full historic reconnection between the riverfront and downtown Hartford. In its leadership role, Phoenix generously contributed and endeavored to allow public use of its property. And I can't read the rest of it, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Thank you for taking that picture, Risa.
That's cool.
Nice.
Was cool. All right, so rolling on with the day. Following the Kingdom Hearts panel, we went right next door to the second Steven Universe and Connie panel from 4 to 5. And this was a much more enjoyable panel because they did a lot of singing. So that helped.
Yeah,
particularly at the point where somebody got Steven Universe to sing like a ridiculous, like over-the-top heavy metal song in the Steven voice. Which is pretty hilarious.
They're doing a Steven Universe movie, right?
Yes, they are. That's the next thing will be the Steven Universe movie, which is a very big deal.
Nice.
And Zach Callison actually confirmed during this panel there will be more episodes after the movie.
Oh, good, yeah.
He actually said that. He said he couldn't give details because nothing was out yet, and he wasn't sure, but he was pretty sure he was allowed to at least say that. So
cool. It's going to be like a SpongeBob in that regard. Then
yeah,
I always hate it when they end the series with the movie.
What's that?
I said I always hate it when they end the series with the movie.
Right. Yeah. No, this case it'll just be the movie.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Reminds me of SpongeBob in that regard.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So that should be pretty enjoyable. The big point that was brought up was that Steven has sprouted a neck. And I do it, by the way, since somebody did this, Zach Callison brought it up at the panel, and he actually retweeted from it. So I'm assuming it has since exploded, but I do encourage you to go to Twitter and follow @Steven's Neck. it has its own Twitter account. So that's a lot of fun. And a proposal that we should rename the movie Steven Universe The Next Chapter. But yeah, so I talked a little bit about that. Made some jokes about the Cartoon Network police coming after them if they said too much. And he talked about again more about how he was going to be going to Europe. But they talked all about their favorite songs, singing snippets of songs, things like that. Emotional moments in the episodes. Times that they broke down crying in the booth, this and that. Emotional stuff, and just how much the show has had an impact on them. So it was pretty cool to hear about all that stuff. What did you think, Risa?
I thought it was great, and they also mentioned that a lot of the fans that are LGBTQIA and everything else, and all the other letters are missing, and plus signs and everything, that they have a very wide fan base, and that a lot of those fans were really appreciative of the show, and it touched their hearts and stuff like that. And so I thought that was really cool too, that a show could do that for so many different types of people.
Oh yeah, there was actually somebody who was on the line who came up and said, I'm just basically was in a cosplay of some anime character, I'm not sure which one, but basically said, I just want to thank you because of Steven Universe and the strength it gave me, I was able to come out to my a slightly younger person. I was able to come out to my parents as bisexual, and even though they haven't totally accepted that, and there's some problems, Steven Universe gave me the strength to do that and to be able to keep going on and to be myself and who I am. That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, and we ended that panel by singing the theme song together, so that was pretty awesome. So
or those of us who only have seen like a couple of season 1 episodes tried to sing the theme song with you guys.
you'll get it. We'll get you through the rest of the episodes. You'll pick it up.
Yeah.
So we did that panel. That was really good. After that point in time, we decided to go get some food. We kind of had a big respite here because we really didn't. Because that panel ended at 5, and we didn't do anything else till 7:30 ish. So at that point, we basically went back up to the room, kind of put stuff away. We may have watched a Once Upon a Time episode at that point until Thompson rejoined us, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
And then we went out to dinner, and in this case, we went over and ate at the Blind Pig Pizza Shop, which is right nearby, again, across the street and down Arch Street, over there next to the Arch Street Tavern. I like the place. I think they have good pizza. Some of my friends were not thrilled. What did you think, Risa?
Well, I have a feeling that if you had not hyped it up so much, I might not have been so disappointed. But in the I don't know, like the pizza, like I don't know, it was just like super, super like flimsy. Like I'm not a fan of like a super crunchy crust either, but like I like something like with some solidity. I don't know. It just it didn't wow me at all. Like it just seemed like one of those pizza restaurants that's attached to like a grocery store. You know what I mean? Like you stop over there, for some kind of regular pizza, like, doesn't really take too much effort to make. But you know what I think? I think the real problem is that during con weekends like this, I feel like the tendency is to sacrifice some quality, for speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of what might have happened, because it's like I felt like what I ordered was these pulled pork fritters, and basically these balls with rice and pulled pork and some other seasonings and whatever in them. And it was just like, it's not that it what didn't taste bad, but it just felt like not done yet kind of thing. So like they were just trying to rush food out, I think, that day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
give it another chance, like, on a day that was not filled with a bunch of people like that.
Yeah, that's fair. How was what was it, the monkey?
Oh, the drink. The something monkey. Oh, the pink monkey.
Pink monkey? Okay.
Yeah, that. Yeah, so the restaurant we went to the night before, that drink was strong, like heavily vodka-nated, and
Vodka-nated.
Vodka-nated.
and this one was just strong but kind of bad. Like I don't know, like something went wrong with that drink. It was just like it was kind of given like we were drinking it, and this is when Laserbeam beat me in the drink, because like she was drinking it and it was all right, but like I was getting like a headache from it because it was just like way too like potent, I guess you could say, without that like flavor to balance it out. So it's like
Yeah. For the record, for those of the pink monkey is a tequila drink.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? It didn't really say that. It just said like ingredients, and she just picked it. But now that you told me that, I can see why I didn't like it, because I hate tequila.
Because I think it was mentioned. I think when Stacey was asking about the drink, I think it was mentioned that it was a tequila drink.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay. That happens.
You have done that yourself.
Either way, we had Blind Pig Pizza, and we then headed out for the Blind Pig Pizza. I'll put my checklist back up again. All right. So after that,
There was a cool sign on the door though that said "No smoking unless you're a brisket."
it's true. It's a good sign.
Nice.
So we were debating about panels and this and that. And as the eventual summation was on the way back, was that Stacey and Thompson went back to the room, and Risa and I went to the You want to say the name of the anime for me so I don't screw it up?
Was this the night? Was this when we went to Revolutionary Girl Utena?
That's the one. Thank you. I can't pronounce that last word well. I keep saying Utena.
You know, the person who was doing the panel kept saying Utena, so I guess it's okay if you're not trying to say it the Japanese way.
Okay.
So acceptable.
But that is a very old anime, and they were basically we basically got there a little bit late because of when we left dinner, but we went to the end of that panel.
And Jim fell asleep.
I did not fall asleep. I rested my eyes. Thank you very much.
He totally fell asleep. He was like,
I did not fall asleep.
Like,
That is
No,
a
see,
lie.
Risa, I know you're new to the group, but here amongst Ranger Vision and the X-Pound, there is terminology for that thing that Jim does. It is not falling asleep. It is called gymming.
oh, is that what gymming is? I've
Well,
heard
not-
gymming, but I thought
not-
it could be a multitude
not-
of things.
No, not necessarily that. Just general. It usually just stands for generally not paying attention by
Yeah.
whatever means. So
Yeah, so Jim Jams totally gymmed that day.
fair enough. But anyway, I said I did. It was interesting to
He
hear
was
about
about
some.
to ask me, "Oh, how was it?" Because I wasn't paying attention. I was busy sleeping.
No, I was listening to it. I said I just haven't seen the anime, so I don't know how accurate it was compared to that. It was interesting to hear about the characters. This person is a horrible, abusive slime bag, and this is how this character reacted to this person, and this is what this means. And it was how was that as someone
was
who does
spot
watch the
on.
anime?
It was spot on. It was, very well detailed analysis. And there's some terms that people use that are overused and generalized and that were really well defined for the purposes of the explanation. So yeah, I mean, they did a great job analyzing it and dissecting it.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. So we checked that out.
After he woke up.
Yeah. And itchy. And at that point, that ended at 8, and we went over and hung out in the upper main area for a little while. And then we went into what is generally the event of the weekend at Connecticon, the cosplay death match.
Mm.
Which, by the way, we're gonna backstep before I do that for a minute though, because I fucked up.
Of course you did. It's you.
I know. So sue me. Because I did skip something on set from earlier in the day, Saturday. Like the one other thing that did happen. Let me get the screen share here.
Isn't that so psychedelic, QJ?
Oh yeah.
Let me see here. So I need to.
You need to use that for the cover of one of your books, dude.
Ah, there you go.
What? Yeah.
The realm of
I guess so.
Coyote.
Yeah, right.
I can see it. Oh yeah.
So
Nice.
I did go to the booth, and we did meet. We went to the booth, and we did meet Austin St. John. This was, I think, just before his panel that we did this, if I recall correctly.
Man, that's awesome.
I know. He is an incredibly nice guy.
Oh my gosh, he was
Okay.
phenomenal. He was amazing. And Jim goes up to him, shakes his hand. Hey, sir, it's an honor to meet you. Blah, blah, blah. They have this regular conversation, right? He gets done, whatever. We take this picture. And I'm like, okay, it's my turn. I was like, you know what? That was the most humble introduction this man could have given you because Power Rangers is this guy's life. He loves you. Do not take his modesty, at face value. He was super cool.
Yeah,
He was very super cool. And I will. And we got the cool shot there. Let me just drop the Now,
Oh,
I
and he
need to-
complimented my dress. Whoop whoop. Okay, sorry.
he did. He complimented Risa's dress there.
Nice.
Now I need to ask Risa, can I show the other picture, or are you gonna kill me?
Let's see. Are we meeting them next year?
Well, not QJ, but might be meeting Geoff.
If you come to Morphicon,
That's what I mean.
I don't know, KJ, you want to come to Morphicon? We're planning to basically get the entirety of Ranger Vision there.
Hell, I might.
Ooh.
Because both Simon and Tiff have said they're considering going.
Okay, show them the picture. It's too hilarious not to.
So there were
This
two shots.
hilarity has to be shared.
Yeah, there were 2 shots taken in this particular situation. There was this shot, and the other shot is that's Carnage. Wrong way.
Oh, I saw
That shot.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. Jim finds that very amusing.
I just like the look Austin's giving you. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
More like, mm-hmm. I can't tell which one though.
Is it me or has Austin lost a lot of weight?
He has. He's in great shape. He's like you can't tell with the sweatshirt on, but in person you can kind of see like he's buff under that sweatshirt.
And I don't know who that jerk was. I couldn't wait for me to stand still before taking the picture, but whatever. Thanks, jerk. No, I'm just kidding. You were great.
Yeah, those are Austin's people. That's Team Austin.
Yeah, Team Austin.
I think he it makes sense that he lost weight for him to be on Power Rangers again. I mean, probably not just for that, but
you can take it off the picture now, Jim. Thanks.
Well, he's been he has been doing a lot of like acting stuff, and then the Order is still going on. So I imagine when they actually get around to shooting that, he's going to want to be in shape since he's kind of the squad leader.
We're going to talk about that briefly in a minute. But I also mentioned, yes, at the Power Rangers panel, he was asked about coming back for Beast Morphers, and he basically answered it as if he's not coming back. Basically, I think he was probably just covering it, but he basically answered it like, well, if they had something good, I said I've heard those rumors too. If they have something good for me, I would be, I'd be honored to come back. If they want to contact me and talk to me, we can certainly do that. Yeah, he's coming back. He'll be in the episode in the fall. Anyway, yeah. So while I was talking, this is kind of interesting. So while I was there talking to Austin St. John in a conversation at the when he was getting the autograph there. Oh, by the way, let me grab that. So here I got this one here.
Oh,
Nice.
I love that he signed it with the gold pen too.
Nice. Did you ask him to use the gold pen?
I did not. He just did that.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome. He now I will say the downside, he did not have any of the Red Gold Ranger combo shots, which is what I would have preferred.
Mm-hmm.
Because the lady was working with both of them said, yeah, we had only like a small handful of those and they already went. But he does have a combo shot that he does. And then Risa actually got an autograph from him for her brother, so that was cool. You have to let me know how he reacts to that, Risa.
Yeah, shout out to Manuel Rosario, aka Man-Made Beats. Check it out on Facebook.
You need some beats for your next album, QJ. Hit him up.
Oh, for sure. Nice.
All right. Anyway, so I was talking to St. John, and I was wearing my Power Morphicon shirt at the time. And I basically had it. I said to him, yeah, I'm sorry I missed you at Morphicon. My plane got delayed 3 hours, and you were gone by the time I got there. And he basically said, dude, you're better off meeting me here now. He did not outright say that, but that was the implication I got. He said, like, dude, like, it was crazy there. Like, there were so many, like, he asked the lady, like, how many people we turned away? We must have turned away like 300 people. Because at Power Morphicon, he was there on Thursday. He said Scott opened the con a day early just for Austin. So the people that were there could come early and meet Austin. Because he had another con book the rest of the weekend because they didn't get to him early enough. And so he he basically was there on Thursday, and the plan was that he was doing like this. He was there earlier in the day for like this special photo shoot at the command center, like the building that serves as the exterior of the command center, that unique building. And there was a whole big mess with the bus getting canceled, a bunch of problems. So then he did autograph signing at the hotel later that day. And he said there were so many people like just trying to get through all the people. He literally like couldn't even, like, there was no time for him to talk or bullshit with anybody. It was literally sign the autograph, pop up, smile, picture, next one, sign the autograph, pop up, smile, picture, next one. Like there was no time for anything. It was apparently not.
He said he couldn't even get out of the chair to take the picture. The people had to go around the table to take the picture with him while he was signing.
Yeah, exactly. It was like so ridiculous, apparently.
That sucks. It seems like the type of thing that would happen at a huge con like that, though, especially for someone like him. I mean,
Yeah.
The OG of it.
Well, I mentioned that was the same thing that happened at JDF, because he was only there for the one day, and he ended up not going to the Shattered Grid panel to voice Lord Draken because he wanted to get through the rest of his big ass line.
Yeah. That's one of those things that makes me kind of sad about the stuff that you heard about Stan Lee going through with the people that were over his doing his promotional stuff, because he had to do so many cons, and it was probably like that times a million.
Yeah, exactly.
And with him being at that age, but yeah, that could be a lot. I definitely understand where he's coming from.
Yeah. But it was funny because I mentioned, we were talking about, I said, maybe I'll see you, and he said, yeah, I'm home when they contact me early so I can get booked for the full Morphicon for next year in 2020. And I said, yeah, hopefully it should be a lot smoother because they're going to be back in Pasadena next year. And he's like, wait, they're back in Pasadena? And he's like, he seemed very confused. He looked at his people, and they're like, yeah, so you didn't know that? He's like, no, why are they back in Pasadena? What happened in Anaheim? And I'm like, oh, Anaheim was a clusterfuck. I didn't say clusterfuck. I just said cluster. And his sister was like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, Anaheim was a cluster and it was too expensive for the con goers. And they're like, oh, he's like, yeah, Scott just announced it like a week ago or so. They're going to be back in Pasadena. So kind of an interesting conversation there about Morphicon.
So
your answer to him when he asked you what happened to Anaheim, your answer should have been, Thursday is all you need to know.
Yeah.
He probably would have been like, point taken.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, it was pretty cool. He, like I said, he signed the autographs. He was, talking about Morphicon. Also, in addition to the autograph, Risa bought me this cool little wristband.
What is it?
You can see it says here, hashtag Team Austin.
There.
In gold, and on the other side of it here, if you can see this side, it says "Back to Action."
Cool. That
So
cover screen is cool.
That's pretty cool. I have tiny wrists. Goes to my forearm.
Hey man, I'm the same way.
That's fair.
Skinny guys for life.
So yeah, that was really enjoyable meeting Austin. He was a really cool, down to earth guy. Very enjoyable.
Nice.
So let's see. So back to what I said before. We went to the cosplay death match.
One thing you missed.
What did I miss?
We went to the food trucks that day.
That's right. We had lunch at the food truck festival that day. We went out, walked around. It was very hot. But we went to the food trucks. I got myself a hot dog from Woody's hot dog truck and a little bag of chips. It was a pretty good sized hot dog. It's a very good hot dog. It was not a toasted New England bun. It tasted like a Friendly's hot dog. It was so good.
I wish I had the hot dog.
You should have had the hot dog.
I should have.
But you did have the delicious food from the Thai food truck.
Yeah, Thai and Vietnamese.
Yeah. What did you have?
I had this like grilled garlic chicken and this pad Thai noodle kind of thing. This Vietnamese noodle.
Nice.
So it's good.
Delicious. Yeah. So we went to the cosplay death match, which has been going on for a number of years, but I have never actually gone to. But it's apparently like the main event of Connecticon. And so I said, you know, this is a big event. I'd like to check this out and see what's going on. So we went to the cosplay deathmatch. What did you think of the cosplay deathmatch, Risa? Before I go into it.
Oh my goodness, the person running the show, I don't know his name. Sorry.
Mookie. His name was Mookie.
Mookie? Okay.
Mookie with a K. Mookie.
Oh, Mookie. Okay. So Mookie was so entertaining, and his whole presence, the way that he orchestrated everything in conjunction with the people playing the music and the other guy that was facilitating the announcer, I should say. It was just a really entertaining experience. And some of those cosplays were super awesome. Freaking lights and smoke and the hell they pay for that shit. But it was really good.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable. The premise of the cosplay deathmatch. Let me take it off, Risa. Premise of the cosplay deathmatch. I'm gonna sneeze first. Sorry.
Bless you.
Oh, sorry. I'm okay.
Powerful sneezes, man.
Keep the headset on, bro.
Bro.
Many blessings upon you.
Anyway. So the cosplay deathmatch, effectively what they do is you can sign up for it, and they choose a number of cosplayers, what they think will be the best ones or the good ones, or the number of people to volunteer. I don't know. But they choose a number of contestants. In fact, I have a picture of the contestants. I can show you the contestants. Let me bring that up. Where's my picture of the deathmatch contestants? There's some deathmatch pictures here we can show off. Here we go. Let's bring this up to the screen share. Now you can see over here. Here are the competitors for the cosplay deathmatch on stage.
Mm. Oh,
there was a variety of really cool competitors. I'm sure if you go to Connecon's website, there are much better pictures than mine of the cosplay deathmatch. But yes, the deathmatch operates as follows. Effectively, what happens is the cosplayers will come out two at a time. And basically, they will basically like pose and try to drum up audience support, whatever. And then Mookie will put his hand over one and then over the other, and audience response will determine the winner. And they basically narrow it down from the field of this many participants here, which was quite a lot. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And group cosplays were permitted to compete as a unit, so some of these were group cosplays that were a unit.
Mm.
But effectively, they went back and forth on the rounds, and it was pretty freaking amazing.
So it was a popularity contest.
Pretty much.
Well, popularity based on their character, I guess.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's
But it was really funny because the guy that hosted it is Mookie. His real name is Michael, but he goes by Mookie. He says, my friends call me Mookie, and you are all my friends, so therefore you can call me Mookie. And he came out with this really cool suit, and then he ripped his jacket off, and he was shirtless through the whole event, which apparently is standard for him. And then he brought out, you can see, if you see on the right of the picture, right over in this general area, that's a mini iron throne on top of a pedestal. And they ended up having to move it to the floor, but that is the throne of Odin, the god teddy bear that rules over the death match. So Mookie brought out Odin, they put him in the chair, and occasionally everybody would see blood for the red lights drawn, everybody would scream, "Blood for Odin! Blood for Odin!" It's got this whole mythology to it. It's kind of amazing.
Nice.
And basically, Mookie had this ongoing back and forth with the guy. He got the disembodied voice, but he was the guy on the side of the room by the where they had all the computers. They were monitoring, basically controlling the whole setup, basically the sound, visuals, all and lights and all that shit.
Oh yeah, the soundboard is.
And they were just reading off the, reading off the, basically, reading off the descriptions of the cosplayers and who the characters were as they came up. And they just great back and forth. They kept making jokes back and forth. Apparently, one of the standard things every year is that Mookie makes dad jokes. So they were dad jokes.
Is that green thing in the middle Pickle Rick?
Yes, that is Pickle Rick.
I knew it.
In fact, one cosplay unit was the entire Sanchez family, or whatever. I know he's technically the wife's father, so it's not Sanchez, but whatever the family's name is, there was the whole family.
I forget.
There was an actual Rick, there was a Morty, there was the dad, the mom, the sister, and then Pickle Rick.
Nice.
So they competed as a unit. So there's a lot of great back and forthing on this. Like I said, just a lot of great jokes, a lot of great funny stuff. In between the rounds, they would play popular songs, and the whole room would sing along with the songs. Just such an amazing event. A lot of fun. And Mookie has a great rapport with the guy from the other side. They're obviously really good friends in real life. Have been doing this for like 5-6 years now, so they've really got this down packed. So they really went back and forth. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
So this is just a really, really enjoyable event, the cosplay deathmatch. I can understand why it really is the highlight of the weekend.
So why did Stacy decide not to compete?
Because she said, if I'm going to compete, I want it to be real combat, not fake cosplay combat.
Wow.
She's pretty hardcore.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome. My cousin cosplays, and she once made her own keyblade out of she like stitches all of her own stuff. She's pretty like advanced with it, but she made her own keyblade out of a bedpost and with like cardboard, and it looked legit, but it was like kind of impractical because it was big enough to be proportionate to how it would look in real life, proportionate to like Sora's body, I guess you could say, because it's huge. But It was like so impractical because you couldn't wield it. It's literally a fucking bedpost. It's like huge, but it was awesome. I played with it for like hours.
I just want to say it's so amazing when people make their own cosplays, because that is like my goals. So like any cosplay that I've ever done, I've had needle and thread and I've just sewn shit up, like,
yeah,
regardless how it looks in the end, like, it's something you made, and that you're representing. So that's
honestly,
cool.
whenever I go to a con and I see people who've made it from scratch, I have so much more respect. I mean, I feel like anybody has respect for the effort that goes into making it look, even because even if it doesn't look the best, it still looks great. Like usually I've never seen a cosplay that just looks like shitty unless it's a Halloween costume. Like something from Big Bang Theory or something.
You guys should see some of Simon's cosplays.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of his. He goes all out.
Yeah, he did, because he's done Revolver Ocelot from Metal Gear Solid, the young version.
I remember that. Yeah,
he did. I don't know if you're familiar with the show, Risa, but he did the Penguin from Gotham.
Oh, okay. Oh, I mean, I know the Penguin from the movie, but I haven't seen the show yet.
No, it's from the Gotham. Yeah. You look at him, if you know Simon, you're like, that's Simon.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the convention he goes to, he just went like, well, actually I think it was this weekend. But he cosplayed as Nero from Devil May Cry.
Oh, nice.
So basically, he cosplayed as Johnny Youngbosh.
Yeah.
Nice.
He even like dyed his hair and all that shit. And like, yeah, and as QJ said, Simon goes all out because he'll like for when he did, I want to say, I think it was for Ocelot, he like put on weight because Simon's like 5 foot and a stick. And so he but he like crazy works out, so he can like put on muscle and stuff because, well, okay, so you don't know this, but Simon is an actor, kind of. He went to school for acting.
Oh, I know that.
Kind of.
No, he legit went to school for acting. He has a degree in that shit.
Oh, okay.
But he works in care. he decided not to go into it. But yeah, he's legit done some like voice acting and shit and stage acting.
Oh wow.
He's really good. Yeah.
Which is why he could actually direct us like halfway competently.
Yeah, when we actually bothered to let him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, because of that he's very much a method actor. So he's like, okay, well I need to put on like 15 pounds of muscle, go to the workout, fucking destroy his body to get 15 pounds of muscle in like a month.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
like,
commitment.
dude, he's almost killed himself for his craft. Like
That's crazy.
when
I
he's had
respect
to like play, I think he said he played like someone in like a Nazi concentration camp and stuff like that. And he's like, well, shit, they're not going to look like people. So he went and lost like 30 pounds and like almost killed himself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
hard.
dude is legit, man.
Yeah, he's really talented. He's really good.
Wow.
My cousin did a cosplay of Two-Face I think last year when we went to Heroes Con here in Charlotte, and she did the stitching herself. She
Oh my
made
god.
the blazer out of two different blazers, one that she got from a thrift store that was like colorful, and then a black blazer for the other side. And then she did all the makeup herself, and then for the mouth she made it out of like the teeth out of fingernail, like fake fingernails, and then she painted them and then just put it in the position of like from the animated series where his mouth is like curled up to the side, and then she just pasted it on the side of her face, and it looked perfect. It was like I'll try to find some pictures of it. Yeah, it was like she got so many compliments from him, and it was one of those that was DIY and
Do it yourself, yeah.
yeah, and she made it work. It was awesome. Yeah, I have so much respect for cosplayers and all the work they have to go into to just bring it to life. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly. I've always wanted a cosplay, but I haven't been able to do it up until now. I'm thinking about really seriously trying it for next year, though.
Jim,
Same, yeah.
show them my cosplay I'm sending you that I did in 2013 when I was young and beautiful.
Oh, sure. Let's bring this up.
Before the
Young and
kids.
beautiful now.
Yeah, here we go. Let me bring it over here. Here we go.
Oh, nice. Oh, you right next to it.
Yeah, they had a poster of it. I was like, yeah.
Awesome.
And then I sent one more picture of somebody who had the same cosplay during the con, but she has it like down perfectly, like, but I kind of like, put mine together, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's perfect. That's every accessory you would need.
so yeah, that's it. That one's mine.
Yeah, she's very good with that. All right.
Awesome. What anime is that from?
It's called Shugo Kiara, which translates to guardian character.
Mm,
So like
cool.
this girl, this magical girl, like can basically everybody in the world, like mainly can be like one person because everybody has a dream, right? Everybody wants to be something when they grow up, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she somehow was born with three different different potentialities, I guess you could say. So it's
Okay.
kind of like her, going through this whole, self, this, coming of age kind of like self-analysis, like, well, who do I want to be? And, what are my dreams and this, like that, stuff like that. So it's just a really cute anime.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's like an identity,
Yeah.
like coming of age type of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Cool. All right. So let me just say, I'll just show some other shots here real quick, and let me go back to the screen share real quick. I'll just share a few more pictures here from the death match. So we got that one there. Let's see. The competitors again. Let's see. I didn't have a very good seat, so the shots didn't come out all that well, unfortunately.
Well, that's because you were all like, oh, those people are going in for something else, and they're still doing this. And I'm like, they're all going in now. Like, we should go in now. You're like, no. We should wait until the last minute. What are you talking about, you silly girl? That's how it went.
I didn't know if they were going to do a room clear, and literally they didn't like the FMVs were being shown before that, and they went right into this. So I didn't know that was going to happen. I apologize. I know for next year.
What is that? The guy in the middle?
I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. I don't remember exactly. Like some of them, I know that I can see. I know which one this is, but I don't know who the character was to begin with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he doesn't look familiar.
Yeah. There's this Mookie in the middle here.
Oh, and that's the Inkling on the left.
Yeah, there was an Inkling in the contest. It just wasn't Stacy.
Oh, okay.
This Inkling was in the contest. These are very blurry. That one's not bad. You know, that's a better shot of the Inkling. Yeah. The roller's on the ground there. That's the room.
Nice. It looks good.
Is this who we set it up? So Tawson shared the bed here. There was an air mattress here, which the girls shared down here, and then I was in a sleeping bag over here, so it worked out.
Nice.
Anyway. So yeah. So let me see here. So yeah, the cosplay of was really good. I will say there were a couple of very early front runners in the death match. That were really good cosplays. There was this amazing Scyther.
Oh my gosh, Scyther was so fucking badass.
Wasn't Scyther cool? It was this really amazing Scyther cosplay. Let me see if there's any like pictures of the death match anywhere out here.
And in the death match, like when Scyther made his kill, he literally like scythed off the guy's head.
He did. He decapitated a dude.
Nice.
I mean, obviously not literally, but you know what I mean.
That would have been awesome too.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. One of the key things about the death match I will mention is that there was a drunk room. Effectively, the main ballroom is segregated into basically 2/3 of the room and then 1/3 of the room, with a big wall in between. The 2/3 is the main event room, and then the other one is a special events room, which is still a really big room, and it's basically like the secondary room. And so what they did was the big main room had several hundred people in it, but the secondary room was the 21 and up room where they were serving booze, and so that was the drunk room. And so they actually had a policy where if Mookie did the hand over this one, hand over that one, and the cheer was too close to call, they would throw it to the drunk room. And they had something new this year where they actually piped in the audio from the drunk room into the main room. And so basically, then they did the same thing with the drunks. And so whenever they went, whenever there was like a tie, people in the main room would start cheering, "Ask the drunks, ask the drunks." Sounds pretty funny. And the first time I guess the mods in the other room did, the first time they queued up, when they queued their audio up, the drunks came through and shouting, "We're not that drunk! We're not that drunk!" So it's pretty hilarious. But yeah, so like I said, Scyther was an amazing cosplay and had a really good early showing. I know that there was the Elric brothers were there.
Oh, the voice actors?
No, cosplayers. It's all
cosplayers
cosplayers I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I can't even remember. I know. I only know the one guy.
Yeah, no Vic Benagna in this convention or in any convention I'm ever attending again.
Yeah, no. Fuck Vic Benagna.
Wait, what happened with him? Is there a story around that?
Oh, you sweet summer child.
Oh boy.
Long story, very, very short. It's been an open secret on the con scene for about 15 years that he's kind of a creep. And specifically...
oh, I remember. Oh, okay.
Specifically, he's known for getting a little too handsy with the underage female fans. And on top of that, there's been some much more serious accusations from the fellow voice actors regarding sexual assault.
God damn it. Why is it every industry there's one of these motherfuckers?
And also the fact that his fan club, the Risible Rangers, are basically a fucking cult at this point.
I joined that group a long time ago, so I just want to say, like, I am not part of the cult, like, but I never, like, left it. I don't go culting around with them, though.
That's fair. Well, yeah, Scyther had a really good early showing. The Elric brothers were in for a good long while. There was a lot of support for Naked Snake early on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I saw that.
That was good stuff. But there, like I said, a lot of different cosplays involved in the competition. There was one incredibly amazing one where he said, "Do you know who the character was that had all the lights on his costume?"
Oh, I don't know that guy.
I don't know what character that was. That was freaking amazing.
Yeah, he had like lights and smoke, and it was that same robot dude. I don't know. It was like this like steel robot or something.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Those are the cosplayers that have like an engineering degree.
Yeah.
Yes. Or an engineering degree friend.
For sure.
Which I do have a friend, but I don't think he'd ever actually take the time to do that for me.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, so there's a lot of deaths in the 2019 death match hasn't hit YouTube yet. I'm sure it will in the next couple of days. Some people will put videos of it up, but I don't know where it is. All right, but yeah, there was a character with like amazing lights on his costume. I don't know who he was or what he was from, but it was an amazing costume.
You just have to believe us.
Yeah. Anyway, like I said, the Elric brothers had a good showing. Naked Snake had a lot of support for a while. Let's see what else. I said they had, like I said, there was the Rick and the family from Rick and Morty. There was 3 young ladies were the Totally Spies. There was a really great one. There was a guy who was Bulby from Jimmy Neutron. That was pretty funny. There was.
I missed that show.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
Like I said, there was the Inkling. There was a few other video game characters and anime characters I didn't recognize. There was a Goblin Killer. I don't know what that's from. What, Goblin Killer?
Sure.
Or Goblin Hunter, something like that.
Is that from Troll 2? Because I know they call the trolls goblins in that for some reason.
Maybe. But there was that. There was there was a Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse.
Awesome.
The older one. So that was a lot of fun. There was a character from Final Fantasy X that I didn't recognize. There was a lot of good characters there.
And there was that one that was garnering almost all the support. This old dude, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that picture up right now because he was the winner. I have the picture here. Look, that's on their timeline. So I can get this picture up here. Can I full screen this? Yes, enter full screen for that picture. There we go. Okay. I can't full screen the actual shot. I have to have the comments in it. All right. I'm just gonna do this. Save image. Screw this. Desktop. Let's see. I'll put it kind of on album. Save that shot. Okay. Let me exit. All right. Exit out of this. Okay. So anyway, let me go back over to my thing here. There we are. So I'll bring up the shot. Let me go back, close this out. Let me go back to the album. It should be over here. Here we go. But yes, like I said, there was like I said, the Elric brothers had a lot of support for a while. Scyther had a lot of support for a while. Jeff and QJ, you both here for this?
Mm.
Yeah.
But in the end, that and to everyone. They did go, but in the end, there was simply no stopping the unstoppable force that was Uncle Iroh.
Nice.
Nice.
That's
Is that
yeah,
Iroh with fucking? Wow.
with it.
Yeah, I keep getting that character's name, but he's got that character's from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, the final round was the final round was the Elric brothers versus Uncle Iroh.
Oh, so they gave Uncle Iroh his head.
Yeah,
That's
his head was.
Alphonse.
I mean,
Alphonse's head was already detached from the cosplay, so he handed it to Uncle Iroh as a sign of respect after he won.
Fair.
But this is a great Iroh cosplay. He had a streamer that he was using as a fire throw. He had the glowing ember in the palm of his hand that actually glowed, so he was doing the ember handshake move.
Nice.
It was, and he had like somebody else who was dressed up like not Zuko, but like supposed to like a servant, like a helper with him, which I'm assuming looking at this gentleman was probably actually like a grandkid or something. But it was just really, really good. You can see they got a title belt this year. You see him holding the title belt in his left hand there.
Mm-hmm.
So Uncle Iroh was the grand winner of the cosplay death match, which was pretty freaking awesome. So, although as much as they did get through it, apparently they need to work on their time management a little bit because they took a long time with round 1, then rushed through round 2, and then the disembodied voice added 15 minutes, so they ended up having extra time anyway.
Fair.
All right, so there we go on that. Let me probably go ahead and stop that. Whoa! All right. So, that was the end of Saturday. Following the death match, we went back to the room and we watched more Once Upon a Time episodes, ate snacks, and then we went to bed.
We're kind of obsessed with that show now.
Well, we're getting Risa into it. I've already seen all the episodes. But it's really good. Oh, yeah, it ended like a year ago, if not more.
Oh, okay. Then
it ended after season 7.
Okay. I always like it when series is in, then I don't have to feel pressure to keep going. That's why I stopped watching Supernatural. I'll never be able to catch up. I got up to season 8 or 9, and I had to stop because it would just wouldn't end. Both of those characters have died at least 100 times each, and I have no clue how it could possibly end because if they both died, gone to heaven and hell multiple times. So how are you going to end the series? Like, where are they going to, they can't just retire. They've done that too.
Yeah.
They've exhausted every possibility.
They are now gods.
Evidently.
Yeah.
They ascend to the pantheon. That's how it ends.
Oh, that was another great one that was in the contest. There was a Zeus from Disney's Hercules.
Nice.
He had the VHS box and then he was walking around with it as a prop. Like, I was awesome.
Wait, was he like post training Hercules or like before?
No, he wasn't Hercules. He was Zeus from Hercules.
Oh, Zeus. Okay.
He had the purple toga. He was all painted. He had the blonde hair mustache. He was painted orange.
Nice.
He was on the full Zeus, and he ended up. The Zeus ended up losing to. There was also a really good Shazam who was in the contest, and unfortunately, Zeus lost to Shazam. But yeah, overall, amazing deathmatch. I hope some videos of it end up there. I can show you guys later. But anyway, we watched Once Upon a Time, had snacks, went to bed. Sunday.
Nice.
If anybody is interested, apparently Anthem and Kingdom Hearts 3 have been discounted to $20 or less for Prime Day. coming up.
Mm.
So, for Sunday, today, or today as of 3.5 hours ago,
I was
my
going to say
time.
13 hours ago.
Yeah.
So we got up this morning, and we went to we skipped breakfast because we got to get our stuff packed up and out of the room because we had a bit of a problem last night because I said, because I know this from being there with the kids, hey,
Here. Well, we love sentences that start with "I said" in that tone. Here we go. Say it. Say it again.
I will. So I said, based on my knowledge of being at the kids the last few years, is it's a good idea to put your shit in your car, most of your shit in your car on Saturday night, because otherwise you're going to be fighting and waiting an hour to get an elevator to get downstairs on Sunday morning because everybody's trying to check out by 11 a.m.
He was correct in saying that, by the way.
So we did not do that because we were under the our friend Thompson had gone over to the tavern to get wasted at the convivial event that was going on, and we thought he had the keys with him. It turned out they were in his bag in the room, but we didn't know that. And he is one who had driven, so it was his car, so we couldn't pack the stuff. And so we ended up with the same problem on the morning as we could not get an elevator. And so Thompson eventually went down the stairs first, then Risa followed, and then shortly thereafter, Stacy and I went down. And Stacy had the hardest time because she was trying to find her suitcase with her sleeping bag tied to it, plus the freaking giant Splatoon roller. So it was a real huge pain in the ass getting down those stairs. So the advice is definitely accurate. Put most of your shit in your car Sunday night. Leave enough shit in your room to have clothes for the next day and maybe your toiletry bag and anything you need for a Sunday cosplay. But put the rest of your shit in your car Saturday night.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Just do it. Shia LaBeouf.
That escalated.
Okay, Tyler Quinn. Yeah, I remember that, Jim.
I don't remember that.
What a liar.
That's who you used for the profile pic for Tyler Quinn.
Did I? Oh, okay.
Yes, you used Shia.
Are you sure? Because I know I use him.
I know you did because I have the image on my computer.
Relatively sure I didn't use him for Tyler Quinn because I used him for my character in your stupid that RPG you did. The freaking he was freaking Evan. He was Evan Lasher in your Power Rangers. Was it Crisis? Whatever the hell that thing was called.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually don't.
Or something.
I rarely reuse actors, but it's possible I didn't realize it.
Fair.
Anyway.
Okay, so Jim said some things, and we got our stuff into the car eventually.
Yes, we eventually got all our shit in the car. We then went back into the convention center after getting shit together, and we went to the dealer's room. Did we go to the dealer's room first? I think, or did we go to the panel first?
Hold on. Wait. We went to the panel first, then 8, and then dealer's room.
Got it, thank you.
Oh, wait, no. We went to the dealer's room twice, sorry. Dealer's room, panel, eat, dealer's room again.
Okay.
Yeah, because Laserbeam was looking for a dice bag that zips instead of ties, and
right,
and it doesn't exist there at the con.
Right. So I want to talk about this for a second. Let's go back to things that got screwed up at the con for a moment here. I was significantly less pissed off because I see it's on their YouTube channel, so I am like, okay, I will allow this. So there was a panel scheduled this morning, which I had a note of over here. Where's this thing? Scroll up a little bit. It's here somewhere. Called Discovering the Order. Those of you might or may not be aware that The Order is a fan film being spearheaded by Karen Ashley and Johnny Young Bosch. Aisha and Adam from Power Rangers Season 2 onward, respectively. And featuring a wide plethora of former Ranger actors from a wide array of seasons. Hasn't been made quite yet, but it had a very successful Kickstarter. There's been a graphic novel prequel made, certain things like that. And there was a panel on this, and we went to the panel room only to see the sign, the panel name scribbled out on the sign. And we were like, and I was like, what the hell? Is it canceled? What the hell? That on the panel? The doors to the room were closed. Admittedly, perhaps I should have pulled open a door just to check and see if it was happening anyway. I will take responsibility for not doing that. But we went around to the panel table, and I was like, hey, is the order panel canceled? What's going on? It's crossed off on the sign over there. And the guy was like, he's like, all right, well, if it's crossed off on the sign, that's usually more accurate than I have here. So it's probably canceled. Sorry about that. And he crossed it off on the paper on the table. But later on, we were back in that room for something else that I'll get to. On the sign next to the name of that cross-off panel, it said uncanceled. So clearly that panel did happen because there's video of it now, which I can watch. But like, why did you cross off if it wasn't actually canceled? What the hell happened, guys? You're killing me. And if you know that it's crossed off on the sign and there's questions about this, leave a door prompt so people can see that it's happening. Jesus.
Yeah.
So Connecticon just screwed you out of basically two Power Rangers panels.
Yes, although luckily video of both this other YouTube channel, so I'm less pissed off than I would have been if that were not the case. Anyway, so once we went up to the order and we thought, oh, that panel's not happening, we went back downstairs to the dealer's room and browsed all around the dealer's room, looked at all kinds of different things. There were board games and, you know, like so looking for a dice bag for Stacy and looking at cosplay gear and just all kinds of different things at all these different booths. Lots of different cool things in the dealer's room. Very good stuff. The booth we eventually ended up at that did have some very nice stuff that we did buy some things at. Risa got a really cool little purse that had
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony themed on it for a friend of ours. So if you get a chance, do go on to Etsy and check out the Jolly Otter shop. They're on Etsy.com/shop/Jolly Otter. There's also a Facebook, and you can email them at otterstuffs@gmail.com. So they have very good merchandise. Do check them out.
Sweet.
Awesome. See, lovely artwork. All right. So after we walked around the dealer's room for a bit, check some stuff out there. And then we need to do there. We then went over to have lunch. Stacy and I had Subway, and then we came back over, and Risa and Stacy again went and got some noodles from the ramen noodle bar that they had in the convention center.
It was just me. I was the only one with noodles.
Okay, Stacy was online with you, so I wasn't sure. So, got some noodles and stuff. And then we went to one final panel, which was whose quirk is it anyway? Which is basically whose line is it anyway with a Full Metal Alchemist theme, which even though I don't know the anime,
My Hero Academia theme.
That thing that she said.
I was gonna say if it was Full Metal Alchemist, I would have known what the fuck was going on.
You're right, wrong anime. Sorry, the My Hero Academia spin. Run by the good people from Team Rammies, who you can check out on the internet.
They were awesome, by the way. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but they were awesome. They were a good team. It was very
They were awesome. They did a great job. And it was a lot of fun. Even though I didn't really know the characters, I got the general idea, and it was a lot of fun watching the panel, and that was kind of our wrap-up. And so we did that panel. We hit the restroom, and we hit the road, and thus ended Connecticut. So,
nice.
I will mention, by the way, I guess I did leave it. I missed it earlier because I confused the schedule. We did also go to the author booth to see Claudia Gray that morning because we had gone a previous morning and she wasn't there on a break, and so we had seen her at the panel the day before. So we went to the booth, and unfortunately, the book that Risa wanted was sold out. It was the first book in one of her series.
What's her name?
Claudia Gray.
Okay.
That's Gray, Gray. Which has several popular young adult series, one of which involves dimension hopping, which is kind of cool. So that's the one reason I wanted to get the first one up, but the first one was sold out, although the others were still there. And then she has a new Star Wars book, which is about Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan pre-Phantom Menace. And has some interesting hints about why Qui-Gon, basically if everybody listened to Qui-Gon, the Jedi Order wouldn't have fallen.
That sounds accurate.
He studied the ancient prophecies. He understood what they meant. There's a hint that he might have had a secret love interest at some point. Like, it was it sounds like an interesting story, and I want to read that, but that was sold out. So I bought the one that brought me to Claudia Gray in the first place, which is this book, Lost Stars, that I mentioned earlier. And it's a really good book, and it's basically the premise of this book is it focuses on two new characters, Kyrell Thane and Sienna. I have forgotten the character Sienna's last name, and I apologize for that. But it's Thane, Kyrell, and let's see if I can find Sienna, where should be here somewhere? Let's see, Sienna, where is Sienna? Sienna Ree. And the idea they grew up on a planet together, but were from different social castes. Eventually, they both enlisted in the Empire, but Thane became disillusioned and defected to the rebellion, while Sienna stayed in with the Empire. And it's about their friendship and evolving into a romance, evolving into being on opposite sides of a war. It's really, really good. So check this out if you get a chance. But she was very nice enough that she cover the line over here, the name covered. But she autographed it for me, and may the force be with you up there. And she autographed it, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
So that was really nice of her to do that. So I got that book. So that's really cool.
3 words. 3 hours later. No spoilers.
I don't get it.
It's okay. Reread the book then.
I think she knows something about the book, and you don't.
I'm really confused.
Yeah, you'll find out, I guess.
QJ backing me up.
What is it that you know that I don't? I'm very confused.
Not a lot. It's a really short list, actually.
So then what are we talking about then?
Nothing.
Well,
Anyway.
you referenced something. What was you referencing?
Nothing. I don't want to talk about it right now.
Okay. Also, we
Let
stopped
them read the book. Let the curiosity get them to read the book.
Ow. Anyway.
Look, he gets mad when people knows things he doesn't.
I do.
He goes into coughing fits.
I do. Also, we stopped by the Rhode Island Comic-Con booth because they were advertising there, and they had a lot of cool pop vinyls on their table. And we talked to them for a little while. They talked about cool stuff going on at their con. They got a lot of great guests, so do go check them out. And they were giving out these free posters from Netflix shows, She-Ra and Voltron.
Oh, Voltron's really good. I gotta check out She-Ra.
Got these cool posters.
I like the animation for the She-Ra. Yeah.
There were quite a number of She-Ras around at the con. Oh, also, not con related, but just a quick shout out. Thanks to Geoff for sending me this awesome poster.
Oh, sick.
You're welcome. Yeah, I went to go see the re-release of Endgame, and when I was walking out, there was this table set up next to the door, and this dude sitting next to it, who was one of the workers, and there was just this fat stack of posters on a table, and I guess the dude just caught me eyeing him, and he was like, take a few if you want. I was like, okay, so I grabbed another one.
That's a Stark Tech Infinity Gauntlet there.
Nice.
We love you 3000.
Awesome. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll grab one and mail it to Jim.
I appreciate that.
So I have one too. It's sitting over there behind me.
Niceness.
Yeah, I forgot they do that with certain releases of the movies. Because Iron Man 3, I remember they had a special poster for that.
Nice.
That came out. Or it's a couple of special posters.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people saying that, the re-release wasn't worth it to go see, blah, 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 because they didn't really change a lot. But personally, I think it's worth it just for the Stan Lee tribute. Just to see that on the big screen, I think was totally worth it.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
All right. So with that, we're going to bring this home. That was the overall Connecticon adventure. Risa, final thoughts on the overall con?
Overall, see, I've been to a couple of cons. I've been to Anime Boston and been to Anime Next a couple times, and like I just like the close knit like nature of this con because it's like kind of a smaller con with a smaller population. So you get to enjoy more. And like, yeah, Anime Next, they moved to a bigger convention center, but that kind of spreads everybody out and everybody thinner more. So like, I feel like that like lessens the whole, feeling of camaraderie, I guess you could get from something a little smaller at a smaller venue like this. So I thought it was overall really enjoyable, very good. Very well organized also in most instances.
Yeah, which is good. Like I said, there's a lot of good volunteers that work for Connecticon that put in a lot of effort to keep the con going. And props to all of them for what they do. I mean, certain things are going to fall through the cracks, and they are really frustrating. But a lot of times, it's nobody's fault. It's just there's so much going on. There's only so much you can manage. I get that. But overall, just a wonderful, wonderful con. This has been my 4th year at this con. I love this con. They get great celebrity guests. They get great. Their big video game room was really good. That's the other thing. Thompson and I stopped, but we played a video game earlier today, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, Laserbeam and I played Mario 3, and I taught her how to do it. She didn't even know how to play Mario 3, and she beat level 5 in World 1, so she was very proud of that. I was very proud of her, too.
Nice. In Mario what?
Mario 3.
Nice. Tell them how we DDR'd.
Oh my god, we played DDR. It was so awesome. Was that your first time, Jim, playing DDR? Yes, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and he got like 89 points in a song that was like just slightly over 100, so that was really, really good for his first shot. We played the song Love, Love, Sugar from DDR Extreme, and it was so good. It was fun. I love DDR.
Nice.
After the guy fixed the machine for us.
Yeah, true. I mean, something was bugging out, and it was like stuck on, okay, that one player dances on both dance pads mode, so you're kind of like a psycho going from left to right on 2 dance pads. So after it was fixed, it was much more enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah, good times, good times. So before we close this out, I'm going to show some random pictures I have. Just go through the rest of my pictures. So check these out. All right. That's what we got here. Oh, that's blurry. So this is the gaming room. They did this interesting thing with the gaming room this year is they actually subdivided parts of the room off. They used to just have the whole room, but they actually saw the doors to the entrance on the right there, and they subdivided this part and then the other side here, which is this wall here. And they divided it off so they could have smaller rooms accessible from the sides where they were having more intense D&D and other role-playing games going. And I thought that was really cool that they went out of their way to have separate rooms for that, which they hadn't done in the past. That was really cool. That's a seat for food. This is Punk Sailor Moon.
Oh, I like that. That's dope.
There was a cool Punk Sailor Moon on the back, drawn on the back of her little jean jacket there too. That's pretty awesome.
Those shirts are awesome too. Was that coordinated?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got them for me and Stacy, and I said we're going to be twinsies today.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got a couple compliments on them too. So it was like
you did. You got quite a number, and you ran into another kid that was wearing the same shirt.
Yep.
Oh, sick.
And a lady who was going to be doing some sort of, not a panel, but like, some sort of presentation or whatever, who said she was going to wear the same shirt later.
Nice.
Nice.
Very cool.
After someone said, "Oh, why are you wearing this shirt at this con? Sailor Moon was at the last con. Oh, it wasn't the best idea, blah, 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 blah." But it turned out he was wrong. I won't mention any names, Jim. I mean, Jim. I mean,
I stand by it. It's so better with Sailor Moon than at the last year's con.
I mean, anytime's a good time for Sailor Moon.
I like your attitude.
It's a good attitude.
Next.
I'll see. Blurry.
Ah!
That's us with Zach Callison. We did that already.
Who was that?
That's Steven Universe.
Oh, that's it. That's what he looks like now.
That's Steven Universe's voice actor.
Is his voice like super deep now?
It's deeper than it used to be. It's not super deep.
Okay, is he still playing the voice in the movie?
Yes, he is. He's still doing the voice going forward.
Okay, good.
Like I said,
Yeah,
they actually did a couple of episodes where Steven's voice was actually intentionally cracking. Like he even did the crack
Right.
voice a little bit because he could still do it to kind of segue into Steven having a deeper voice than he had before.
Oh, that's cool. I
So
like
they-
when they do that.
Yeah,
I
so
always
they-
wondered because I think the last time I heard, well, I always think of like Chowder with the kid that played his voice. He always
Yeah.
reminded me of that character. But
Yeah.
I always wondered how long that would last because a kid's voice. I mean, like it'll change on a dime. Like Adventure Time, you could tell when the voice actor got older. But that was natural progression. So I wondered if they were going to do that.
That's
or if they were gonna switch
Jeremy
them out.
Shada.
Yeah.
I think Zach Callison mentioned in one of the panels. There's this running joke. There's apparently this long running joke because he knows Jeremy Shada, their friend. There's this long running joke about Zach Callison being mistaken for Jeremy Shada. As like I said, like literally, he's people like at cause where he's like at his booth, the big banner with his name and the picture of Steven behind him, and people sitting on the booth would be like Finn. And it's apparently gotten to the point of being like this ridiculous running joke, and he said he's not even sure if Jeremy knows. Like he knows there's like somebody in particular that actually has like Zach's number in his phone as Jeremy Shada as a joke, like a friend of theirs. That was pretty funny. Let's see what else we got. That's that again. Yeah, throw that. Jim Cummings.
Oh, nice.
Nice guy. This is Jenna Blue who did that panel on Utena. You got that. That's Jeremy Shaw and Grace Rolick on a panel. It's kind of blurry. This is Baymax.
Nice.
You mean that was Zach and Grace on a panel? That was kind of blurry.
Yeah. What did I say?
Some other names. I don't know.
What did I say?
Like Jeremy something and somebody Rolla or whatever. I don't know. I didn't know what you were going for.
Well, Grace Rolick is her name.
Oh, maybe you were just saying it really fast. I didn't quite catch it.
I might have. Anyway, Baymax.
You mean blah la 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 la.
Citations from the Pokemon panel. We didn't want to talk about that. We went to the Pokemon. We mentioned we went to. We didn't talk about it. We went to the Pokebiology 101. We talked about it a little bit, but it was just really interesting how they went through the whole thing about Pokemon evolution. And about how just certain things, all the biological things about Pokemon don't make sense, and some of them do, and how these Pokemon would be if they existed in real life. I really loved her theory that the Alolan Rattata is the actual original Rattata, and that the Kanto version that we know is actually an evolution, not an evolution, but a real evolution, not a Pokemon evolution. She said a lot of them in biology consider the idea that the Rattata in Kanto is purple as a protective evolution because the feeling that the black one in Alola might have been the original, and it evolved its purple coloring so that with its long curly tail in the grass, you couldn't tell if it was a Rattata or an Ekans, and predators would leave it alone.
That's cool.
Yeah, really cool stuff there. This is Carnage.
I love when they add real life biology and science to Pokemon or to anything really, but yeah, Pokemon.
Yeah. So this is Carnage.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jeff, any comments on Carnage? And he mutes.
I wonder how he made those claws.
Looks cool.
Yeah. Now that's us with Austin. This is Sailor Moon Eternal, as I understand it.
Oh yeah.
That was
I haven't watched that yet.
That was a pretty cool cosplay. What else we got here? This is from the Power Ranger panel. That's Johnny, Karen, and David Fielding. Very blurry, but they're there. And the next shot's a little bit better. That's Zach.
That's about 10% better.
Yeah, Zach and Jason, aka Walter and Austin, at the other panel table.
Man, that's awesome.
Here's a Waluigi with a great sign.
Ultimate is unfair. Oh yeah.
Basically, Waluigi protesting his lack of appearance in Smash Brothers Ultimate. There were a lot of Waluigis around.
Mm-hmm.
A wild Blossom appeared.
Nice.
That was pretty awesome. Got out by the food trucks. Huh. I could be wrong, but I think we caught a Nurse Joy in the background.
I think so.
Well, that's not the hair for Nurse Joy, but Nurse Joy has her hair in like buns, like really long, thin, like almost braid-like buns. Just to say, it could be her though.
Okay.
That's true.
Not to be all Pokemon nerd like I did in the mall.
Yeah. This is Jasmine.
Oh yeah.
We initially saw her in the convention center, but she was right when we saw Sailor Moon Eternal. Jasmine was there, but she was very busy. But we ran into Jasmine later in the hotel, and we were able to get her picture here. She had a lamp before. She didn't have her lamp with her here, but it's still pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Rita Repulsa.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right?
We ran into her outside. Risa has the perfect reaction to this shot, by the way.
This
Don't
so
zoom
good.
in on it, you jerk.
That's right there. That's
It's proper reaction. That staff is awesome.
That's a really good staff.
Yeah.
You can tell she made it too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And she knew we were there because we came walking out. We got to about here, and Risa screamed at the top of her lungs.
I love Rita. What can I say? I have a little pop vinyl of her.
Nice. I have not a pop vinyl, but a different thing of her.
Oh my!
It's what they call it. I think they call it Dorbs. Is it a mini Dorbs? I'm not sure what they call the thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, the Dorbs, yeah.
I don't think it's an actual Dorbs, but it's some kind of little mini thing. I'll show you later. Anyway, what else we got here? This is the Blind Pig Pizza Shop. You see, they got the forge here. They cook the pizza right there.
That is pretty nice. It looks nice.
And I'm in the upper area. It's pretty cool. I didn't get a shot of the pizzas. I should have. Here's the Steampunk Ghostbusters.
That's sick. Man, I wonder how they made that.
You see, I also got one of the looks of Queen Amidala over here.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
The one awesome thing about the prequels is their aesthetic.
Yeah.
I always love that.
Here's Giovanni in red.
That's who he is, Giovanni. Okay. I knew I recognized him from the orange suit.
Yeah, he's the boss.
Yeah, he was there. Giovanni was there last year too, and no, not last year, the year before, because he was in the Black Nerds panel. And the Black Nerd had no idea who the hell he was.
Even with that Persian sitting on him.
Even with the Persian, he had no idea who he was.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known either. Somebody would have had to tell me. Because
check this shit out, Geoff. Check this one out. You'll appreciate this.
That's interesting.
It's Green Ranger with Black Dino modifications.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
The suit's based on the bat and the sun suit.
Yeah, yes it is. And you can see on the back side of the shield is the Dino Charge symbol. In the place where this is on this side, the back of it has a Dino Charge symbol. A Dino Charge, Dino Thunder.
So would this be Legend of the Black Dragon?
I guess. I don't know. That's pretty awesome, though. And the dagger going on. Here's Static Shock.
Nice.
Nice.
I saw that one.
Risa wanted me to grab that, so I got
one
it.
for QJ.
Yeah.
Superhero Static Shock.
Okay.
Superhero Static Shock.
I would either cosplay as Static Shock or Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse with the hoodie and the shorts, Nikes.
There was a Miles Morales. We did find one.
There was.
Oh yeah, there has to be. Yeah, his costume. Awesome.
I don't know the words to that song that he sings.
Oh yeah.
The death match. We already looked at the death match shots a little bit. Room. Mr. Peanut and the Nutmobile were there.
Sick.
Is it called the Nutmobile?
It is called the Nutmobile. It says so. You can't see it, but there's another sign behind this guy with the light blue shirt right here. It actually says the Nutmobile on it, and it describes the car.
Awesome. They had the Ghostbusters car at the Heroes Con that I went to, and it had all the accessories and the inside and everything. It was pretty awesome. And the slime ghost.
We had the local chapter of the Ghostbusters were at the convention at my local library. They brought their pickup truck, Ecto 1.
Oh,
it was pretty awesome.
Oh, speaking of Ghostbusters, did any of you see the fucking San Diego Comic-Con exclusive? Or one of them?
No.
They released something?
I so fucking want that. They basically took Masterpiece Optimus Prime, repainted and remolded him into the Ecto 35 to celebrate the anniversaries of both Transformers and Ghostbusters, and the fact that there's going to be a Transformers Ghostbusters crossover. He's so fucking cool because when he transforms, they modified his rifle into the particle thrower and gave him a proton pack.
Nice.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm like,
That's
dude,
awesome.
I want that so bad.
Wait, first off, how is there going to be a crossover with? Can Transformers die and become ghosts, or are there ghost cars?
Maybe Prime hires him to bust the ghost of Starscream. I don't know.
That would be interesting. I would like to know if Transformers have. So I mean, I guess they're living organic beings and can have souls in the afterlife.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go to the IDW's.
I'll see how they'll make it work. I'm excited either way.
Yep. Let's see what else we got here. These are cool nerdy flasks. I took pictures.
Nice.
They're awesome. You might like some of these, Geoff. Take a look at these.
Oh,
number one dad.
Nice.
76. We got Diva Do.
I am not your father.
It's high moonshine.
Oh my god. Someone needs to buy that for Matt Mercer.
We have Reyes drink tequila.
Because in Critical Role, everyone like brings their own like drinking apparatus, and Sam Riegel always brings like weird ass like giant mugs or canteens. Someone needs to buy that as a gift for Matt Mercer so he can bring that as his drinking apparatus.
There you go. You can see the Reaper when it's drink instead of die.
Mm-hmm.
We got Maze Ice Wall wine. Self-medicating.
Salt.
Salt. That's the first one I saw. I couldn't see I couldn't read what it said. That's amazing.
Yep. We got Nobody's Brew and Darkness from Kingdom Hearts.
Darkness.
I kind of like this one. Hadogen.
Nice.
We got these ones look like PlayStations and a Dreamcast. We got these ones look like Pokeballs, Pokemon.
That's a Master Ball on the right.
Yeah, good stuff down there. Lots of fun things. This one's a floppy disk.
Nice.
There was a lot of fun flasks, so I took a picture of them.
Oh, my cousin would get like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget Raichu in the bottom. Raichu's my favorite. There's a Alolan Raichu on the bottom right. On the right.
Cool.
Oh, your other right. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, that one?
Raichu.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a silhouette.
I missed that.
Yeah.
And then there's just an overall shot of the convention center. You can see people walking around earlier today. And Uncle Iroh.
That actually looks like the same convention spot they have Heroes Con down here.
Yeah. All right. Whoa.
Welcome to
Definitely.
LSD.
Ah. My name is Six Eye. Anyway, that was Connecticon. Overall, a wonderful convention. I really enjoyed it. I think it sounds like Risa really enjoyed it. I think Stacey and Thompson enjoyed it too. It's a great con. It's a con where you can meet some great celebrities, have a good time, but it's not overly crowded. They do about 12,000 people, which sounds like a lot, but compared to a con like NYCC or SDCC, it's like nothing.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a much better, a good con experience without being overwhelmed. And there's so many things to do between the board gaming, the video gaming, going to a lot of fan run panels, the celebrities and celebrity panels, so many cosplay events, the cosplay meetups, the cosplay chess, the cosplay masquerade, the cosplay deathmatch, of course. Convivial events happening off site are always wonderful. Just so many great things going on. So I recommend Connecticon. I think they did a good job this year. And I look forward to going back next year and see what happens.
Nice.
Thank you all for joining me. Risa, thank you for going to the con with me and for being here for this video. And we will get caught up on all of our wrestling scoring videos eventually and inevitably. Starkid videos will get done eventually and inevitably. We're working on it. So, on behalf of everybody else, I'm James Phoenix. And for Connecticon, we'll see you next year.